over 10 games over 500 for his career. Former walk-on DB. Don Nehlen, guy he replaced as the head coach. And how about Willie Foster's having an outstanding season, the Big East Special Teams Player of the Week. Last week, 71 yards on a punt return against Pittsburgh. He has a touchdown against Villanova for 93 yards. So he is having an outstanding year. And the scoreboard clock is out, so they're going to keep time on the field. And here we go. Pat McAfee gets us underway. High, short kick. And at the 15, 20. And that's Slayton. Take that Underwood, Taekwon Underwood with the return. And Rutgers is going to put it in play the 26-yard line. So there's Reinhardt going to lead out this offensive crew. He's in his senior year. Boy, we watched him develop over the years, John. And he's going to believe. Yeah, I know. Here's the 4 years it's done already. So the scoreboard clock is out. They'll keep the time on the field. They're having difficulties right now. 1st and 10 Rutgers, 26-yard line. That's Leonard in motion. Toss play, Rice. Try to get to the edge, and Rutgers can't get a lot done there on the far side.
Rice, the ball carrier.
Keelan Dykes was there to make the tackle. Let's take a look at Rutgers' starting offensive crew. It'll be Rice and Leonard, Harris, Moses, and Tucker. This is as good a group as there is in the Big East in terms of moving the football. The offensive line, Sosa, Judah, Stapleton, a starter at the beginning of the year. Glass and McDonald are the old heads in this group, and they are the leaders. Short gain on that play by Rice. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 28-yard line. Raines picking up again. Here's timing throw over the middle to Leonard, and he is met immediately. Good coverage in there by the linebackers. Boone McLean, number 43, was there, along with Jay Henry, coming back off a knee sprain from a couple of weeks ago, number 42. Crowd brought the rain gear today. Really going to need it. And the rain has really picked up in the last couple of minutes since the kickoff. And Rutgers is heading into the wind right now. 3rd down play. Short drop. And look in, incomplete. And let's see, they tried to get it into Tucker. Tried to get it to Tucker, and D. McCann covering for West Virginia. Saw a 3 and out for Rutgers.
Well, great series for this Mountaineer defense. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Set the tone against that Rutgers offense and their skill players. You know, that ball has to be slick out there. That ball floated a little bit on that quick slant from Ryan Hart to Sean Tucker. So defensively for West Virginia, 3 and out, perfect.
Joe Radigan, a 6'5" redshirt junior from Hoboken, is going to punt. 7th in the conference this week, averaging just under 40 yards per kick. Dangerous Antonio Lewis is back there. Line drive kick. And it takes a West Virginia bounce. And they're going to have great starting position from the 37-yard line. And Radigan didn't get much on that, just a 31-yard punt. So Greg Schiano's got to wear his other hat right now as D coordinator, along with being the head coach.
Yeah, I think he's going to see a bang-it style from this Mountaineer offense, too, with Bednarik coming out to lead the Mountaineers.
Adam Bednarik, second cousin of Pro Football Hall of Famer Chuck Bednarik. It's the 4th leading offense in the conference. Just underway here. A rainy day in Piscataway. Bednarik in West Virginia starting at their own 37. And we're going to see a little bit of a local flavor here. Nice stop there by Devron Thompson, the running back, with Steve Slayton. Take a look at the West Virginia starters. And the guys who will be handling the ball, Slayton and Waltney, both local. Levittown, PA, about an hour from here. North Babylon, not too far from here. Jallo, Miles on the outside. And this a veteran offensive line. Moses, Sheffy, and Justice are the real experienced players on that O-line. Gain of 1. Here's Bednarik, first throw. And gets it to the tight end, Josh Bailey. And he's hit immediately by Ronnie Giroux. Ronnie Giroux brings him down there. It's only the third catch by the tight ends for West Virginia this year. Here's the defensive look. Ryan Neal's the guy you want to look at. He's having an outstanding year. And Ramel Meekin's doing well as well there. Barnaby having a good year. Devron Thompson in the middle, very strong. Good speed on the outside with the other two. And then in the backfield, it's been a depleted backfield, but Courtney Green's the big hitter. Roberson, Geralt, and Barnes back there. Here's a third down play. Swing pass. And taken down from behind. That's Devron Thompson. He catches up with Steve Slayton. So West Virginia with a 3 and out. They're only able to move the ball to the 42-yard line.
Boy, Dave, it really looked like the Mountaineers had that screen play set up perfectly, but Devron Thompson showing him some speed from that inside linebacker position. Today's going to be a day of making third downs, converting third downs, because right now both offenses very conservative early in this game. Whoever moves the chains on third down is going to have an early advantage.
Bill Brady on the punt. And you may see the rolling punt. Let's see. Yes, he does. He'll go with the rolling punt. He's been very effective with that. Boy, he nailed it. And a good job kicking it out of bounds so Foster can't return it. Let's see what kind of spot they give him. It'll be to the 16-yard line, backing up the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Both teams have had a touch. Nothing doing right now in the first quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Big East football, no score. West Virginia and Rutgers. And ESPN Game Plan features 15-plus college football games each week. So if you can't find the big game you want this Saturday, there's a good chance it's on ESPN Game Plan. Don't miss the games you really want to see. And this week's marquee game, some beauties. Minnesota against Michigan. Oklahoma against number 2 Texas. And Virginia takes on number 18 Boston College. ESPN Game Plan is available on TV and online. To order, call your pay-per-view provider. First play. And they give it to Tyquan Underwood. And boy, did he get met in the secondary there. Jamal Adey unloading on Tyquan Underwood, a freshman from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. And here's the D-line. Keelan Dykes, Hunter, and Wilson, all big guys, 300-pounders. They keep you off of the linebackers. The guys will make a lot of plays. Boo McLee, Jay Henry, and Jeff Nochel. Very active, very speedy. In the secondary, look at these guys. It seems like there's 20 of them on the field. McCann, Wicks, Adey, Lorello, and Mims. Mims was injured a couple of weeks ago. And here's a draw to Leonard, and they were waiting for that. Loss of about a yard on that play, as he was taken out by Keelan Dykes, number 96. Keelan's a sophomore out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Big size up front for West Virginia. They go 6'4", 290 is Keelan Dykes, and Ernest Hunter 6'4", 300. Craig Wilson, who was moved from the nose back to the outside to the defensive end, he's 6'1", 280. So good size for this Mountaineer defensive 3.
Second and a long 10. Clock back working properly now. There's Leonard in motion. Stretch play. Rice, too much speed. West Virginia's got it, and they run him down. Linebackers laying in wait for him. That was Boo McLee. Kevin McLee, Jr. from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Most athletic of the linebackers.
Dave, we mentioned Keelan Dykes the play before. He's the guy that's in the offensive backfield and makes it tough for Ray Rice to get to the outside. Does a nice job of running sideline from that hash to the sideline and just waits for help. That's a key for West Virginia. If you see 2 or 3, 4 blue helmets around the football, they run to the football so well. Great team speed.
West Virginia's defense second ranked in the Big East, entering today behind Connecticut, which knocked off Syracuse, dominated Syracuse last night. Sam Johnson in motion. Third down and long. Hart throws off the back foot, throws a floater. It's dropped. Dropped on the far side by Trez Moses, their number 1 receiver, with 18 catches. And a wasted opportunity for Rutgers.
Yeah, and a missed assignment up front. Ryan Hart had no time to set his feet and find a wide open Trez Moses. So they have to get that done up front because Morty Ivy, the linebacker for the Mountaineers, came in untouched. Made Hart want to throw the football a little bit earlier than he would have liked.
Radigan's first punt, not a good one, just 31 yards. Let's see if West Virginia comes after him. Vaughn Rivers and Antonio Lewis deep to receive. Good snap. He gets rid of it quickly. Kicks it high, not too deep, but he kicks it high to get away from it. And gets a Rutgers bounce. Get good hang time of 4.6 seconds on that punt. And that punt covered this time 39 yards. Here's this week's Suzuki walk-on, Way of Life. And And it's Ramel Meekins. He has done an outstanding job nearby Westwood, New Jersey on the D-line. Look at that, 15 tackles, almost 5 tackles for loss, and a couple of sacks. 6 quarterback hurries as well. So congratulations to Ramel Meekins.
Well, Dave, if I'm West Virginia first down, I might want to play action and throw the football and gamble a little bit and try to make first down a positive.
I think the rain's back off a little bit, as does the wind from the 39. And they run it off a right guard. Massive humanity off of the right side behind Garen Justice and Jeremy Sheffy. And Ramel Meekins in there making the play. Jamal Westerman as well, but Meekins plugging up that middle.
That's a big body inside, and this is a defense that's been depleted on the back end. The secondary's had problems, number one, stopping people, but number two, with injuries as well.
Owen Schmidt in the backfield in this spread formation. Blitz coming from the edge. Bednarik throws, and he gets it to Owen Schmidt. Far side, got the first down. Rutgers territory at the 49-yard line. Devron Thompson brings it down. First down, West Virginia. Richie Rodriguez told us a couple of weeks ago, Schmidt happens. You bet.
That's right.
250 out of Fairfax, Virginia. Transfer from Wisconsin River Falls. Richie Rodriguez, head coach, said he was killing our first team defense last year and he was redshirted.
Yeah, had a
sitting out.
Big day against Maryland, 3-touchdown day.
First and 10 for the Mountaineers. Wind at the back of Bednarik. They blitz from the edge, run right at the blitzer. Big run here for Slayton. Slayton at the 35, at the 30, 25. Stays on his feet. They're going to mark his progress all the way down to the 21-yard line before Corey Barnes brings him down. First down for West Virginia. Steve Slayton, the MVP of the Philadelphia Catholic League out of Conwell Egan High School.
Well, the problem is right here. You run yourself out of the play, does William Beckford. He runs to be blocked. He should collision and try to hold. He's got the last guy on the line of scrimmage. He has to keep that running back to the inside and blow up the would-be blocker, but they use speed in the offensive backfield, and Steve Slayton is a guy that can get it to the edge and then go north and south.
28 yards for the freshman, 5'10", 195. First and 10 Mountaineers. And Neal meets him in the backfield this time. There's a tackle for a loss. Loss of 2 yards on that play. Ryan Neal having an outstanding year. First team All-Big East performer last year. Had 8 sacks. Got 4 already this year to lead the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, this is a guy that's third in the nation in tackles for loss. He'll make it 11 tackles for loss. He's averaging 2.5 per game. So this is a guy that loves to work and stay in that offensive backfield.
Mountaineers go no huddle. Slayton, 4 carries, 32 yards so far. So Greg Schiano got to find a way to stop that young man. Here's Bednarik under center this time. Schmidt, the motion man, straight drop against the blitz, and that's going to be blown dead.
Looked like that left side of the offensive line for the Mountaineers a little bit eager to start.
Prior to snap. Ball start on the offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Ryan Stanchik called for the foul there. 6'4", redshirt freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio High School. Cincinnati, Ohio. He went to LaSalle High School.
Second down and 16.
So a second and 16 coming up for the Mountaineers. Come in 1-0 in the Big East. Knocked off Syracuse in the opener.
A lot of cushion on the outside here, Dave. Wouldn't be surprised they try to throw a hitch pattern from one of the wideouts.
Bednarik looks at a 4-man rush. Flush. Ball's loose. Comes right back to him. So there's a fine play right there by Ryan Neal. Gets a sack. Meekins in there as well with help from Jamal Westerman, number 90. But Bednarik went to throw it, came out of his hands, and it came right back into his lap.
Well, only a four-man rush, but Ryan Neal, the first man at the quarterback, and very fortunate for Bednarik to get this football back. Jamal Westerman did an excellent job of trying to strip the football after Ryan Neal met him at the quarterback.
Third and long. Third and 23, 8-yard loss on that play. Here's Bednarik to throw. Blitz coming up the middle. Throws left side. Got a man there. Slayton knocked out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down, though, as he gets inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Quintero Frierson, junior out of Coral Gables, knocks him out of bounds. That's a gain of 16.
That's a great job of staying in the pocket, because all you can see through this lane is a linebacker, and he's focused. That head is downfield. Adam Bednarik showing great patience and great toughness in the pocket, because as a quarterback, you know you're going to take that hit. You might as well stand in there tall and deliver a strike, and that's what he did on the play.
34-yard attempt coming up from Pat McAfee, who's 4 of 8 on the season. From the left hash, 34 yards. 1 of 2 from this range. Plenty of distance, but he pushed it to the right. So Rutgers survives. West Virginia had a chance to get something on the board. So McAfee misses from 34. Rutgers is going to have the ball when we come back. The birthplace of college football, Piscataway, New Jersey. This is Big East football. And offensive line coach Rick Trickett talking to his crew after a missed 34-yard field goal. And Rutgers and West Virginia scoreless. First quarter, Dave Sims, John Kinjemi, glad you could join us, everybody. Here's Rutgers starting from its own 20. Third possession, deep drop, Hart throwing at a man down there too high for Sean Tucker, the 6'2 junior from Parkland, Florida.
A little bit of a chess game going on, Dave, with the West Virginia defense and the Rutgers offense. That time they drop everybody back, and that's a tough throw to try to stick it in to the curl route to Tucker. Ryan Hart, that ball must be slick, because every time Rutgers comes out, it seems like it rains a little bit harder. The wind's starting to blow a little bit, so a tough afternoon to start for Ryan Hart throwing the football. 1 for 4, 4 yards thus far. Harris in motion. And Leonard will get a try. Gets across the 20 to about the 20. They'll give it to him at the 23-yard line. Dave, Rutgers has to do something to move the football. They've started in miserable field position, on their own 16, on their own 26, and now on their own 20. They have to move the chains and do something to keep their defense on the field, keep them rested, and move the football offensively. Maybe Leonard out of the backfield hitting him here on a pass play.
Rutgers 0 for 2 on third down. How about last week? 84 plays on defense for Rutgers. That's a game and a half.
That's a season.
Goodness gracious. Third down and 7. Rutgers 0 for 2 on third down. Here's Hart. Pretty good protection. Out in trouble. It opens up. Does he have enough speed? No, he sits down at the 28. Going to be about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short. And he got chased down by Eric Wicks, number 41 junior out of Perry High School in Pittsburgh. Joe Radigan going to get a lot of action today at this rate.
Yeah, Ryan Hart did a good job of just making a negative into a positive. Could have taken about a 10-yard sack. He didn't have enough speed to get it upfield, but he does the smart thing. Get down, play another day, get his putting unit out there. But Rutgers has to find something to hang their hat on early in this game offensively.
Good pressure by Morty Ivy out there for the Mountaineers. First quarter winding down. Good snap to Radigan. Oh, it's blocked! West Virginia's going to have a chance to score here. And taking it in, touchdown Mountaineers. The first player missed. And then taken in for the touchdown. So Tandy Smith blocked it, and then he gets it for the score. Radigan's first block punt this season. There's Smith, number 8. Bingo, got it right there.
Just a huge hole, and it looked like 37. Brad Cunningham or Friedman on the special teams just busted. It was Cunningham, the linebacker on special teams, just allows Tandy Smith to come in, blocks the punt, then, as you said, Dave, picks it up for the Mountaineer score.
Charles Pugh had 6 and couldn't come up with it, but Tandy Smith does. And the Mountaineers have a 6-0 lead. Nothing like getting something from your special teams makes a difference. There's McAfee for the point after. And it's good. So there's a big break for the Mountaineers. Tandy Smith, a senior out of Cheney High School in Youngstown, Ohio, gets it done, blocks it, picks it up, give him 6. Mountaineers lead at 7-0. Good start of the day for Tandy Smith, senior out of Youngstown, Ohio. Blocks the punt, recovers it for touchdown. Mountaineers have a 7-0 lead here at Rutgers. Rain intensifying just a little bit more right now.
You know, on a day like today when both offenses really haven't been able to move the football, you look to that third element of your team, that's special teams, and they come in big early in this game for West Virginia.
Pat McAfee kicks it and drives it. Nicely done. To the back line will be a touchback. Rich Rodriguez, let's hear from him. His thoughts on the Rutgers offense and all its weapons.
Not only do they have great skill players, they're all veterans. Guys that have had success against us in the past at every position, wide receiver, running back, tight end, quarterback. So you got the whole gamut of skill players with experience and have experience to have success against us. So our defensive players are very aware of all their guys.
Rich very aware, because last year in a high-scoring game right here on this field, 35-30, West Virginia wins it. West Virginia's won 10 consecutive games against Rutgers. Rutgers' last win, 1994, 17-12, right here on this field. 4:37 to go in the first. Hart back to throw, throwing into the wind, throws short to Ray Rice. A little bit of a block and a better defensive play on the outside by Mark Magro out of the University High School in Morgantown. Heck of a play there by Mark, one of the strongest players on the ball club.
You want to talk about how to play a screenplay and fight off a block? Mark Magro does an excellent job of getting to the outside. There's one man for Rutgers on the outsides, John Glass. He's a good lineman. Watch him fight off the block there and then get to the freshman Ray Rice. Great open field tackle, great vision and toughness shown there by Magro.
Tyquan Underwood in at quarterback right now. Pretty good chance he'll run it here, and he'll go on a keeper. And West Virginia was waiting for it. They saw him last week. Wow, who's that flying over the pile? You see that was that Michael Rello flying over the pile. But a nice job as Pat Liebig, nose guard, sophomore out of Naples, Florida, number 98, makes the stop.
Well, Rutgers right now offensively, they need a changeup, and maybe Underwood's the guy. You know, they have to do something running the football. They haven't been able to move or win the battle of that line of scrimmage, so maybe Underwood is the changeup. You know, he lines up at receiver, lines up in shotgun at quarterback, so you never know where he's going to be, but pretty much know when he gets it at quarterback, he's going to run the football.
Rushed it 8 times coming into today's game. Underwood 2 for 15 today. 7-0 West Virginia on a block punt. Covered by Thady Smith. Underwood's at a Notre Dame High School, Lawrenceville, New Jersey. He'll keep it on the ground, and they wedge out a few yards, pick up about 3.
Underwood, the ball carrier.
Bobby Hathaway there, number 55, to make the stop.
Dave, I think you get the advantage with Underwood at quarterback and him running the football is the offensive line do not have to sustain their blocks for that long. They just get a piece of that West Virginia front because they're a tough group and a tough bunch to get to because of the style of defense, that 3-3 stack. It's tough to sustain blocks. So that time, Greg Schiano, 2 running plays with his slash quarterback wide receiver, moves the football.
Here's Hart back in the game. Offset eye to the right with Ray Rice, the deep back. Leonard's the up back. Second down, they run the toss, bobble, loose ball. West Virginia's got it. And it was recovered by Kevin McLean. So a turnover by the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and West Virginia's got a short field to work with, leading 7-0.
We talked about Mark Magro getting off blocks and doing a good job on that screenplay. This time he's in the offensive backfield before anybody knows what's going on, and he gets a little piece of the football from Ray Rice. Great job of getting into the backfield, causing some disruptive blocking in the offensive backfield, and that has to upset that Rutgers sideline and Greg Schiano because that defense, how many plays they were on the field last week, they're on the field a lot in this first half.
84 last week. West Virginia's turnover margin proves to -2. Toss play, Slayton wide spot, and sets it in a high gear. Stays on his feet. It'll be 1st and goal, Mountaineers. There is a penalty flag on the play. But Slayton found it, got through the hole, and Derek Roberson brings him down. That's a run of 22 yards, but it's coming back. Slayton out of Levittown, Pennsylvania, northern suburb of Philadelphia, just down that turnpike here.
I think that's the hold back behind the play. Looked like Aaron Justice, that right tackle, trying to get in front of for his block for his running back, Steve Slayton. And that's the hold you see. But that's a big play, and they've had a lot of success going to their left side, has West Virginia on the outside.
First down and 20.
So that's from the spot of the foul, back up 15 to the 38-yard line. So first and 20 at the 38-yard line. West Virginia leading 7-0. Mountaineers 4-1 on the season, 1-0 in the Big East. Rutgers 3-1, riding a 3-game win streak, 1-0 in the Big East. Here's Bednarik. Got time, and not a good throw. So he tried to get it out to Slayton. How about the number Slayton put up as a senior in high school at Conwell-Egan High School? 26 touchdowns, 1,836 yards on the ground.
Second down and 20.
Rich Rodriguez, they describe him as fast, real fast.
Yeah, he can get to the edge. And last week against Virginia Tech, he had over 100 yards of all-purpose yards, 90 rushing on 11 carries.
Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Option play. Bednarik keeps it. Got blocking 25. Stays on his feet 20. And Bednarik's a guy I've noticed about the third time I've seen him this year. He's a guy that gets significant yards after first contact, a gain of 18 yards.
Well, he's a big boy at 6'2", 220 pounds, only a sophomore, but this West Virginia offense is starting to look a little bit left-handed. A lot of success going to their left. Great decision by Adam Bednarik. He's running downhill the entire time. Now, this is a tough quarterback, and as you said, Dave, he continues to go forward after the first hit. Now, he's had a sprained neck against Maryland, a bruised knee against East Carolina, and a shoulder stinger against VT, Virginia Tech.
Third and short, and they give it to Gwaltney. Gwaltney takes Roberson for a ride. It'll be first down, West Virginia at the 11-yard line. So they see something they like running to their left, and they're pounding it.
Well, I think it's Garrett and Stanchek, 70 and 62 respectively, just washing down everybody wearing red. And a great job by Villagrana, the backup tight end who comes in, just walling everybody down inside, and Gwaltney just running behind that big offensive line. But it's those guys up front doing the damage.
You're a West Virginia fan, you got to like this. Takes a lot of time off the clock and just grind it. They're going to come left again to the edge. It's Slayton taken down by Courtney Green, big hitter, freshman out of New Rochelle, New York. Courtney, along with Glenn Lee and Ray Rice, all play for Lou Dorenzo at New Rochelle. Listen to this hit by Green coming up. That fence was a football play.
And that's a freshman out there.
2nd and 9. The show blitz. Game of cat and mouse, huh? Play clock at 9. Blitz coming. They give it to Slate. Got running to the edge. He's at the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Mountaineers. West Virginia opens up a 13-0 lead, an 11-yard run by Steve Slayton. His first touchdown as a Mountaineer, and some of the folks, the Mountaineer faithful, on hand, enjoying this one. They'd been running left most of the game, and this time they ran wide side right. Here's McAfee for the point after. Mountaineers establishing some dominance early on here. Good snap placement. And McAfee completes the operation. 14-0. West Virginia. Steve Slayton,
West Virginia 14.
playing just miles, just maybe an hour or so from home, gets a chance to score in front of the home folks.
Well, a huge
alley, New Jersey.
Yeah, huge alley, Dave, right here for Slayton to go through. Now, he shows you speed, but here's the toughness inside the 5-yard line. Lowers the shoulder on Joe Porter and just gets into the end zone. But the acceleration is what you love. Look at him run away from the inside of that Rutgers defense, and then determination to get in for his first touchdown. And that'll make even rainy folks in the stands happy if you're from West Virginia.
Makes the trip worth it, huh?
Absolutely. We got to get that down. Look at this. They got some mojo going in the stands.
So the fumble by Rice, they cash in on the turnover. Had a block punt and scored on that block punt. And now a fumble. 5 plays, 28 yards. Didn't take him long either, did it?
McAfee to kick off.
About 44 off the clock. Slayton 11 yards. And a fumble recovery.
Underwood and Foster.
The Rice fumble, a big part in that story.
Well, usually on a day like today, the sledgehammer usually wins, Dave, against a finesse football. against a finesse football team. And right now, West Virginia has got the hammer.
14-0 Mountaineers, and this one going out of bounds, so they'll get it at 35. But Rutgers has some work to do. A team that likes to throw the ball, wet conditions here and throwing into the wind.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they put Mike Teal, the backup quarterback. He's seen some action in every one of the Rutgers games just for a change-up offensively.
And usually they do it in the second quarter. But given the fact that
the ball be placed at 35
that Teal,
please put 51 clocks on the clock.
Referee for today is Gerard McGinn. And indeed, it's going to be Mike Teal. Teal, big-time recruit out of Oakland, New Jersey. Went to Don Bosco Prep, typical pro-style 5-7 step drop. Craig Versteeg, the offensive coordinator, said, hey, the game is really important to me. Real student of the game. Got a big arm in a marked contrast to Ryan Hart, beg your pardon. Pressure, throws, and got Harris. Nice job. First time in the West Virginia territory to the 39-yard line. Mike Lorello with the tackle, a gain of 26 yards. Not a bad job. There's Craig Versteeg right there.
Yeah, right in the middle of your screen. And he's a guy that's not afraid to use Mike Teal. He said the only thing we lose with Mike is experience. Well, he had enough experience to step up into the pocket and elude the pass rush, throws a nice strike, and then that's one of the playmakers, Clark Harris. Yards after catch, this team can run with the football in the open field. That the Rutgers offense is.
Nice move by Harris to elude Jamal Aday. 1st and 10 at the West Virginia 39. They give it to Rice. Leonard leading the way. Nice push across the 35 to the 33-yard line. Picks up 6 as the clock winds down here in the first quarter. So the Mountaineers get off quickly, take advantage. They get a block punt and convert a fumble into points. And at the end of the first 15 minutes, the Mountaineers on the road here in Piscataway, New Jersey have a 14-0 lead on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, who are starting to knock on the door offensively with the change at quarterback. Ready for the start of the second quarter. Mountaineers have a 14-0 lead here at Rutgers. And right now, let's take a look at our Hyundai Cool Facts. And Rutgers has enjoyed a lot of success in the second quarter this season, outscoring its opponents 37-0. Mike Teal at quarterback, play fake, buy some time. Sideline, there's a man there, Leonard, just off the fingertips. He had a couple of steps on the linebacker. Actually, as one of the strong safeties, that was Eric Wicks. So Leonard showing that speed down the sideline, not a bad throw. And Rutgers in its first 4 possessions coming away with not a heck of a lot. Rutgers also 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Ryan Hart's been lifted. Mike Teal has been getting periodic action. Came in having completed 54% of his passes, 92 yards, a touchdown, no interception. Big fella, 6'4", 220. It's a windy day, has a stronger arm. Here's Leonard. Right up the middle, Lorello jumps on the pile, but I think in the middle it was Ernest Hunter that slowed him down. Make that Craig Wilson, number 66.
I think they're going to be about a half a yard to a yard short of this first down, so a big decision early in this second quarter for Rutgers' offense, and Greg Schiano, I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah, it'll be the first time they've gone for it in 4th down this season. They bring in an extra offensive lineman. Try to wedge this out. Here we go. They got the big boys in the backfield. Medley and Leonard. Sam Johnson, the move man there. Leonard gets the call, got the first down. Looking at a first down here for Rutgers inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Good surge in here.
Yeah, good job by Rutgers winning the battle at point of attack. Pedro Sosa, a nice down block. And then you give it to your best player on the field, Brian Leonard. He's able to get a couple of yards off that left side to move the chains and keep this drive alive. Rutgers needs to get on the board here early in this second quarter just to get back, good feeling, get back in this game.
See number 76, John Glass, had a nice fold block in there and just moved that pile. So 1st and 10 Rutgers at the 28 of West Virginia. Mike Teal leading a successful drive to this point. That's Rice in motion. Teal deep drop. Got time, got a man running free. It's a tight end, and it's broken up. Tried to get it to Sam Johnson, and covering on the play, Eric Wicks. So Wicks out on the coverage again. Down that far side. Wicks was guarding Leonard a couple of plays ago as Rutgers tried to strike deep. Wicks, a 6'1" junior out of Perry High School in Pittsburgh. As you look at Sam Johnson, the number 2 tight end, he's had a good year. Junior out of Midland Park, New Jersey. They're going to send Tucker and Moses far side right. And now Underwood is in on the 2nd down and 10 at the 28. And Underwood trying to get to the edge, and West Virginia had seen that play on tape. Lorello and McLee. What else is new? They're there to make the stop. No gain, maybe a gain of a half a yard.
Yeah, Underwood really nowhere to go because Mike Lorello and Boo McLee on the outside doing an excellent job of keeping him and making him turn back to the help. Underwood's going to try to fake to Leonard on that draw and then get to the edge, but too much speed by Lorello, and then the help on the inside by Kevin Boo McLee is there for the stop for the Mountaineers, and the Mountaineers doing a nice job pitching shutouts on 1st and 2nd down.
Did a good job staying at home when the action went away. Now Teal is back in the game, and they go trips receivers to the far right side, top of your screen, as Greg Schiano calls a timeout. Must have seen a personnel alignment he did not like. Early on here in the 2nd quarter, West Virginia with a 14-0 lead, a block punt, and they convert a turnover into points. They lead it by 2 scores. 14-0 West Virginia over Rutgers early on here in the 2nd quarter. Today's game is brought to you by the best seats for every event. No tickets required. It only happens in one place, only Vegas. 3rd down and 10 here for Rutgers. Need a big play. Blitz coming. Teal hangs and taken down at the 35-yard line. Johnny Dingle, the sophomore from Washington High School in Miami, with the sack, his first.
A lot of confusion on this Rutgers offensive side. They have enough guys to pick up everybody, but they just whiff on the right side. Looked like Clark Harris had the red cape with a little bit of an Olay block, and on the inside is Johnny Dingle coming on the inside from Miami, Florida. As you said, another big body, 6'3", 255 pounds, and only a sophomore.
So they're going to go for it again on 4th down. This time 4th and 17. This drive started at Rutgers' own 35. Here's Teal. 3-man rush, throwing, intercepted by Mike Lorello. He was in fabulous position. They tried to get it to Clark Harris, and now a late penalty flag being thrown. But the interception by Lorello, his 2nd of the season.
There was an interception play during the play. Also, dead ball, personal foul. West Virginia, number 92, 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10 for West Virginia.
Johnny Dingle had a sack a couple of plays ago. Called for that personal foul.
That was a good play by Mike Lorello on the interception, but the smarter play might have been just to knock the football down because...
Cost them yards.
Yeah, it cost them field position. A nice job. They had a great bracket coverage, but Mike Lorello wants to maybe rethink that, knock it down, and they get the ball close to the 40-yard line. But now that with the penalty added on, West Virginia, this offense is going to start inside the 10-yard line.
There's a look at Mike, one of the veterans on this defensive unit for the Mountaineers. The worst starting position for the Mountaineers. They begin at their own 8. And Bednarik on the handoff, and it opens for Slate, 15-20. 25-yard line. 1st down Mountaineers, and Ronnie Giroux has to bring him down. And good eyesight by Slate, and the patience was good as well. So he let the block form and then exploded, and he was gone.
Well, he just hides behind this big offensive line. Watch Slayton. He'll get the ball, and then he'll come to a standstill behind his offensive guard and tackle. He kind of hides and gets lost for a little bit. Then he's got the acceleration to go north and south on the edge, on the outside. Good patience by Steve Slayton on the edge.
Josh Bailey, the tight end, with a good block on the edge. Here's Slayton again, running left side. And this time they box it up nicely. Meekins was there, number 60. Javon Thompson and Will Gilkison blow up that play for Rutgers. Look at Ryan Neal as well.
Well, this defense for Rutgers, they can run sideline to sidelines, and Jamal Meekins, number 60, does a good job of creating a stalemate and let his friends from the inside come. Will Gilgleson comes in, does a great job of getting to the football, but the lineman, watch him create that stalemate along that offensive line, and it allows others to get to the football wearing red. Barnaby as well as Devon Thompson, everybody in on the tackle. You like to see that if you're a defensive coach and defensive coordinator or a head coach of Greg Schiano.
Slayton, 8 carries, 60 yards. Second down and long. Bednarik, whoa, what a block at the point of attack. And then a pretty good tackle coming up by Courtney Green. But Bednarik was able to get outside. You see that blocking a hole. Talk about a football play there.
That was a football play and a good read by the quarterback. Watch the block at the point of attack. It looked like Owen Schmidt does a great job right here of just out creating a stalemate. Looked like William Beckman.
It was.
Great job by Owen Schmidt. That's the powerful fullback that is known for running and blocking. He shows you his blocking talents right there.
1 for 3 on third down for the Mountaineers to this point, looking at a 3rd and 6. Bednarik gets it outside. Slayton, first down and more. Boy, Rich Rodriguez wasn't kidding. He said he was going to get the ball in the hands of Steve Slayton coming off the big game against Virginia Tech. And today, he's about an hour away from home. A lot of the home folks here, and he is running crazy. 1st and 10, West Virginia at the Mountaineer 49. That's a gain of 18 yards.
Good open field catch that time by Steve Slayton, but Darius Reinhardt's the key. Watch him in the slot. He's going to go down and just set a pick, if you want to call it a pick.
Come on, you're next quarterback.
It's just a shield, and he does a great job of keeping the guys on the inside. He doesn't allow that defensive halfback to get into the play.
14-0. Slayton again fights his way for 2 yards. Well earned. Running again behind the left side again. Will Gilkison brings him down, number 38.
Well, if you're on defense for Rutgers right now, you really can't figure out West Virginia's offense because the entire first quarter they made a living of running the ball to the left side. Now they're coming out and they're mixing it up a little bit. So West Virginia doing a good job of creating balance, not really running pass, but right and left.
And the other thing too is that they're going no huddle, they go spread, they go under center.
Tempo.
I mean, a lot of things. The fast break attack. Play fake. Bednarik just flips it out and gets it to Schmidt. And he's taken down at the 48 by Courtney Green. Gain of a yard on that play. See if they take a shot deep here, John. The best play's been the runs and the swings. They haven't really taken anything, just a straight dropper.
Yeah, you're right. They've got the 4 receivers in, so you want to spread that Rutgers defense out. You might get somebody up in the seam.
Field position in your favor. 3rd down and 6 at the Rutgers 47. 9:30 to go in the second quarter. Rutgers offside, free play, if you will. And here's Bednarik, just throws it out of bounds.
Penalty marker on the play.
Hadn't seen that before. O-line just stays there.
On the defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage.
You think Rick Trickett has his offensive line coached pretty well? No one moves.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, 5-10 seconds after the play, I think the offensive line was still there. This is the end of the play. Okay, move. No one. All right, Simon says move. Okay, everybody's moving now. There we go.
Danny Moses says first down. Out the center. That's a big offensive line. It's a good group. Garrett, Stanchik, Moses, Sheffy, and Justice. Mountaineers lead 14-0. They blocked the punt. Andy Smith did. He fell on it. 7-0 for the Mountaineers. And then Slayton, an 11-yard run after Rice fumbled it for Rutgers. 9:27 to go in the second. And a 3rd down and short. Oh, he didn't get that.
Well, it's going to depend on the mark.
I don't think he got that. Gilkison, number 38, was right there in the middle. And Pyle, and it's going to be close.
It looked like the near side line judge may have. It's going to be real close. I think they don't get it by about, or they do get it by about a half a football, Dave.
Going to bring it. Stretch out the chains, get a little foggier, and the rain just intensifying. And stretch it out. Oh, boy. Got it by the nubs. The last couple of nubs on the football. So the drive continues. Glad you could join us from the birthplace of college football, everybody. We're in Piscataway, New Jersey. This is Big East football. Along with John Congemi, I'm Dave Sims. And the Mountaineers trying to add on and lead it by 2 scores, 14-0, 9:21 to go in the second quarter. Rainy day. It's going to rain all day here in the New York metropolitan area. Bednarik under center. And he's going to give it to Slate. He got the edge. Turned the corner. First down, West Virginia. He's knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Ryan Geralt knocks him out of bounds. But Slayton putting up some numbers here.
Well, just pure speed to the outside and the edge. That's the key. They're getting the corner, and they're getting great blocking downfield. They're just creating a stalemate on the edge. And once you do that, Steve Slayton's got the speed to make a 5 or 6 yard run into a 10 or 12 yard run. Just terrific acceleration on the outside. Slayton 11 rushes for 74 yards.
Calvin McGee, the offensive coordinator and running back coach, got to be loving this. 18 yards on that run. Run the big boy up the middle. Here's Schmidt at the 20, at the 15. Oh, and Schmidt inside the 15. He's got another first down for the Mountaineers. Ronnie Geralt has to stop him again.
First down and 10.
This West Virginia team, especially offensively, kind of getting tough up front with this Rutgers defense. Just a great job of washing everybody down. And again, William Beckford out of position, really runs himself out of the play. He's trying to get contained for the quarterback, and you sneak Owen Schmidt, and it's hard to sneak him at 6'3", 245 into the middle, but that's what they do.
Heavy dose of sluggo football here, folks. Slayton hunting and pecking this time, and Meekins almost rips his head off. Beckford there as well.
Slayton, ball carrier.
Courtney Green on the tackle as well, 36. One of the rare times you see Slayton not get any positive yardage.
Yeah, this time, the reason why, Dave, is the contained man, Joe Porter, gets up the field. He's 5 or 6 yards in that offensive backfield, as well as Ryan Neal. They finally win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
West Virginia rolling up and down the field, killing clock too. 8 minutes to go. Bednarik, big hole, finds it at the 5. He's in. Touchdown, West Virginia.
Penalty marker on the play.
14 yards on the run. There is a penalty flag. It's a hold. That one is coming back. Bednarik had his helmet knocked off too. That offensive line and the linebacker and the tight ends are doing a great blocking job.
On the offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. From the previous line of scrimmage, replay second down.
Ryan Stanchek, second time he's been cut today. He's a 6'4", 285-pound redshirt freshman from Cincinnati.
Left guard right here. That's the hold. Let's see if we can pick it up. He does a good job
with the right hand,
creating a stalemate, but he grabs his jersey. The right hand, he's got a fistful of red jersey. You get caught for that every time. Cameron Stevenson, the recipient of that fistful.
4 penalties, 29 yards for the Mountaineers. There are 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Bednarik looking that way. Actually, he's looking back the other way, and he's got separation. Catch, touchdown. Brendan Miles for the touchdown, his second of the season.
Pass complete to Miles.
The Mountaineers get it right back. 24 yards on the connection, and the Mountaineers lead at 20-0. That was easy. And Bednarik, his 3rd touchdown pass of the campaign.
Well, this guy's a difference maker. Adam Bednarik making play after play and using the entire football field for his running game and his passing game. Goes to the most experienced player on the field at the wide receiver position, Brandon Miles.
That was a few plays late, but I could feel a play coming to a wideout. It was so set up. High snap, put down, booted through by McAfee. Nice job on the hold by West Virginia's George Shell, one of their great holders. How about Bednarik? Nice operation of Miles for an easy 6 here, and the Mountaineers in charge, 21-0. Materialize, take a look.
Yeah, Porter just gets beat off the ball. Now he runs track for Rutgers, a great sprinter, but just too much cushion. from Brandon Miles, and a good throw. All you had to do was get it close because Miles had the separation. You get that touchdown in the first 5 yards, Dave. You just beat him off the line of scrimmage, and all you have to do is accelerate through the football.
Low line drive, Foster. Did he touch it? He's going to down it right there. He's okay. Good kick there by McAfee. Right now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for West Virginia and Rutgers, brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. For the Mountaineers, next week against number 23 Louisville, and that's going to be at Morgantown. That'll be a good game, and then they travel to South Florida and Connecticut. We'll see Rutgers next week at Syracuse. They take on the Huskies the following week, and then Navy to close out the month of October.
A lot of pressure now on Rutgers
Just
offense.
a little bit, yeah.
And a freshman as well at the quarterback spot.
Mike Teal was a better throwing arm and stronger arm, can get the ball downfield. In place of the starter, Ryan Hart. Teal hangs, and he's gone downfield and almost intercepted. Antonio Lewis, a good hands guy generally, had to go through his hands. The intended receiver was Trez Moses.
Second down and 10.
Well, Teal trying to get the football down, but you know, that's the only thing you lose when you put Mike Teal in, is experience. And that time he didn't account for the backside corner, Antonio Lewis, and he really ran Trez Moses into traffic that time.
Sure did. 1 for 5, 26 yards. Teal's numbers to this point. 21-0, West Virginia on top of Rutgers. There's Leonard, and he gets a nice burst. When you get down 21-0, it takes one of your hammers away, and your hammer is Brian Leonard.
Yeah, it takes your skill position people out of this game the way the weather is today. They're having trouble getting the football out to Trez Moses and Clark Harris and getting the football in Brian Leonard's hands. This time they do a good job of creating a big hole up the middle of the field, but you lose on first down. You try to run on second down. Now you're relying on your quarterback to make a third down play in Mike Teal.
Rutgers came in trying to go 4-1 for the first time since 1992. Leonard 5 carries for just 14 yards. Clock runs coming up on 7 minutes to go in the second. Teal will pick up the blitz, throwing, and a nice catch by Harris. He's got the first down and then draws a crowd as he lost about a yard. Let's see what kind of progress they give to the 37. Mike Lorello with the tackle. He was the first one in there.
Nice job by Mike Teal getting back and stepping up into the pocket. Did a great job, and a good pocket formed here that Mike Teal is actually allowed to step up into the pocket. Watch him get on his back foot, step up, and throw the football wide open as Clark Harris right in the middle of that zone. The one thing you don't want to do is try to go east-west when you get the ball against this Mountaineer team, because they've got so many people on the back end running that 3-3 stack.
11 yards on the game. 1st and 10. Rutgers at its own 38. Leonard will get the call, and he breaks one. Nicely done to the 49. That's a first down for the Scarlet. So now the offensive line getting a little rhythm, but a penalty flag may bring it back. Antonio Lewis brings him down, gain of 11.
Holding on the offense. Number 53. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
They get the center, Darnell Stapleton. Transferred in from Hudson Valley Community College. Tough break there for Rutgers.
Yeah, right in the middle of your screen. That's where the center is. There's no hold there. He may have tackled one of the linebackers. Let's see. Yeah,
there it is, right
handles
there.
The shoulder pads.
Ding, 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 ding.
First down and 16.
Well, if you're going to hold, you might as well get a takedown.
It's your money's worth. Don't cheat yourself, right? The life you save may be your running backs. 6:15 and counting here in the second. 21-0 West Virginia. Fake the toss. Teal got options. There's Harris. And taken down immediately. His progress to the 42-yard line. Jamel Day and Lorello there to complete the play for the Mountaineers. Gain of 10 on that one.
Lorello went on the stop.
Well, good job by Mike Teal on the fake pitch. He draws everybody this way, but he had Willie Foster wide open on the outside. He may have been able to get it to a burner, and he waited for his tight end Clark Harris, but Clark does a good job of getting through the traffic and doing a nice job of just settling in that soft area before Jamal Adai can come up and make the play.
2nd down and 6. No catches by the wideouts for Rutgers. Here's Leonard. Quick feet gets him across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Pick up of about 4. Lorello having a heck of a day. He makes the stop there.
Lorello with the stop.
So the West Virginia Ball Club pitching a shutout on the Rutgers wide receivers.
I think the weather has a little bit to do with that,
Yes,
Dave,
sir.
because they're trying to work in between the hashes and make it easier for the freshman Mike Teal to read the defense for West Virginia. But at some point, they're going to have to push the envelope and get a one-on-one matchup.
You got Taekwon Underwood at the top of your screen. 3rd and short here. And Leonard gets the call to the edge. He got it. He was hit by McClee. But Leonard's able to keep his balance. Now he's getting up slowly. It'll be a first down for the Scarlet Knights. They need to get a score here. Second quarter, under 5 minutes to go. They're down 3 scores. Harris will leave the lineup for Rutgers, and Sam Johnson will take over at tight end. Mike Teal on in relief of the starter Ryan Hart. The freshman, the redshirt freshman, taking over for the senior. 1st and 10. The ball's just on the Rutgers side of the 50-yard line. Leonard looking for a block. Penalty flag may bring it back. Big game here. How about Leonard? He's searching out somebody to hit. He found Jamal Day.
It looks like they're going to get Sam Johnson, the backup tight end, for a hold right at the point of attack, Dave.
So 1 step forward, 2 backwards.
Holding on the offense. Number 85. 10-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Replay first down.
There's Sam on the end of the line of scrimmage, and he's just going to kind of bring down. That wasn't all that bad, but his hands are so extended.
You bet.
You're going to look. It looks worse than it really is.
First down and 20.
So back him up.
It might have been a good block by Sam Johnson, too, but if the defensive player, sometimes if he's getting beaten, he may want to draw the offensive player on top of him and almost do a WWE flop.
Three penalties for Rutgers. 25 yards. They motion Harris to the far side. Pretty good protection. Teal steps, fires, got his man. And that's Willie Foster to the 41-yard line. That's close to a first down. Antonio Lewis makes the tackle for West Virginia.
Lewis with the tackle.
Gain of 19.
Dave, great job of showing courage by Willie Foster, the junior out of Miami. There's a lot of traffic around this football. No regard for his body. Both hands, full concentration going up. The midsection was clearly exposed, but the ball was a little bit more important for Willie Foster, and that's the first reception, as wild as it seems, with 4:12 left to go.
Not good.
Yeah, before halftime.
That was the old insurance policy catch. I'm paid up, so I might as well go for it.
Go ahead.
Stretch it out. First down, Rutgers. So Rutgers gets a first down, West Virginia territory. Teal, 4 for 8, 65 yards. This drive has been a stop and start effort. A couple of good plays and then taken back by penalties. Trying to get something going as they bring Sam Johnson in at tight end, replacing Clark Harris.
Well, make no doubt about this, Dave. They need 7 on this drive. It's 21-0. Reinhardt on the bench right now, along with Willie Foster. But Mike Teal in this offense needs to get 7 on this drive.
Chris Baker in the game. Here's Underwood at quarterback. Baker wide out top of your screen. Quarterback draw. Underwood, it breaks. Quick feed. Real quick feed. He's got the first down inside the 30. Clock, though, becoming a factor. 3:45 to go. Eric Wicks.
And that is a Rutgers.
But he's doing a lot of celebrating. He's down 21-0 now. 11 yards on the game.
Well, Underwood very excited, and he has every right to be. A little bit of hop, skip, and a jump around this Mountaineer defense. He has to make sure he holds on and secures that football, because there's a lot of Mountaineer defenders looking to strip downfield, but a good play by Underwood.
Baker and Moses, top of your screen here. Underwood, 5 carries, 30 yards. Here's Leonard, quick feed again. He's across the 25 to the 23-yard line. And they're grinding out a nice little Keelan Dykes, number 96. And the good news for the Rutgers defense.
Yeah.
Continue to catch a blow here, boys.
Well, good getting a hat on a hat from this Rutgers offensive line. They do a nice job of winning the battle at the line of scrimmage and now overcoming a hold by Darnell Stapleton, the first one, and then a hold by Sam Johnson. So a lot of determination and resilience by this Rutgers offensive line.
I like this guy. 2nd and 5 at the 24. Harrison Moses, left. Here's Harrison motion. Play fake, blitz picked up. Teal throws underneath, catch by Moses at the 10. Fights his way to the 6. 1st and goal for Rutgers. Antonio Lewis makes the stop. A good-looking drive here by Rutgers. You're right. They definitely need a touchdown here. 19 yards on the connection. And Teal looking like a veteran here now as Trez Moses limps off.
Great patience by Mike Teal. He didn't look like a freshman on that play. He wanted to force the football first to Brian Leonard, then to Clark Harris. Watch him look to the outside. He has Leonard on the outside. He says no to him and finds his way all the way back to the 3rd receiver in Trez Moses. Great play and patience by Mike Teal.
Teal 5 for 9, 84 yards and a pick. We have the big boys in the backfield now, Medley and Leonard. Leonard gets the call. Makes his way up the left guard down to about the 1-yard line, making it the 2-yard line. So a nice push here by the Rutgers offensive line. And Ryan Hart, starter, number 13, relegated to sending in plays now.
Well, the West Virginia offense showed you its toughness in coming out and putting 21 points on the board. And this was a much-needed drive by Rutgers to answer one of those scores. They have to get in the end zone here.
2nd down and goal at the 2. 13th play of this drive. Motion Johnson. Leonard gets the call. He stood up in the hole. His 2nd effort will get him to about the half-yard line. But Leonard got pounded, and it looked like he had good forward lean. Got stood up in the hole. Good look down low.
Yeah, the defensive front for West Virginia, excellent job. Looked like Mark Magro right there, the first man in on the play, and then a host of Mountaineer defenders come in trying to get the football, but they do keep Brian Leonard out of the backfield. And Mark Magro, he did a great job of filling in for Jay Henry a couple of weeks ago against East Carolina, in on the stop.
3rd and goal at the 1. Inside the 1. Johnson motions. They have an extra O-lineman in there. Give it to Leonard. Left side. Push, push, push. He's in. Touchdown, Rutgers. 3rd effort. Got him 6. From the boy they needed that category, Brian Leonard comes through.
Well, they try it off the left side, and great acceleration and great strength shown by Brian Leonard. He did that on his own. He got a little bit of a push from Sosa on the left side, but he does this on his own. He gets hit by the defensive back there, Antonio Lewis, and then has the strength to get it over the goal line for Rutgers.
Leonard, 12 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. And that was large right there. The judge, Jeremy Ito, is on for the point after. 14 of 14. 1 points after. Good snap, placement kick, and it is good. Much needed 7 points for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights in this Big East battle. Brian Leonard gets it done for Rutgers. It's 21-6 with 1:06 to go in the 2nd. Leonard. And Rutgers had to have it. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season. 21-7. As we look at Mike Cortez, the senior out of Jackson, New Jersey. Kick to Rivers and Lewis. And about 5 yards deep, they'll keep it right there as Antonio Lewis makes the catch. He'll take a knee, so West Virginia will get it at its own 20. Hey, folks, coming up at halftime, we'll recap first half highlights, and our college football studio going to preview other weekend action. Of course, stats and highlights coming up as well. Rainy Rutgers today. 1:06 to go. What do you think's in Richie Rodriguez's plans here? Just run out some clock?
Well, I think it all depends on first down. Let's see what they do on first down, and that'll dictate probably Rich's plan the rest of the way with 1:06 before halftime.
Adam Bednarik, 7 of 8, passing for 74 yards and a touchdown. And he's going to keep it on the ground. Slayton, and nice job. The backside pursuit, Ramel Meekins, scraping down the line and making the play. Adam Schmidt lost his helmet.
Big hit from Derek Roberson on the outside. He eludes the block of Daryl Jallo and then comes inside. No regard for his body on that play.
Now West Virginia going to get out of here with a 2-touchdown lead offense here, burn off that last 30 seconds. They're taking the chances. Daryl Jallo's the deep man. And they took the clock down to 18 seconds.
Penalty marker down.
Play clock was at 2 seconds.
Prior to snap. Offsides. On the defense. Number 60. 5-yard penalty. Remain second down.
How does Rutgers, that's amazing. They're trying to kill the clock and Rutgers goes offside.
Yeah, that one, you're just trying to get to the house because I think West Virginia has already said we'll take the 21-7 lead.
Right.
And since
I think the word I'm looking for is puzzled.
yeah, Greg Schiano doesn't take one of his 2 timeouts left, so he's just trying to get to the house now.
Here we go. They'll let it run out. 21-7.
West Virginia, 21. Rutgers, 7.
Rutgers getting that late score.
West Virginia.
Mike Cortez going to get us going here to start the second half. Mike's a senior out of Jackson, New Jersey. Handles all the kickoffs and may have to do the old holding the ball at the tee.
Yeah, that wind has really picked up while we were at break at halftime, and now it's starting to rain a little bit more.
While the game started, it was 14 miles per hour coming out of the south, gusting to 18. They want to double those numbers the way it feels right now. Flag to our right. Lewis and Rivers deep to receive. We're underway, second half. Wind knocks that one down. Rivers at about the 8. Try to get to the outside. Great coverage for Rutgers. And that's going to be Brandon Wood making the tackle. Nicely done.
Brandon Wood does an excellent job of setting the tempo for the opening play of the third quarter. Just a great open field tackle on that kickoff cover team. You know, that's the thing that Rutgers really had going against them in the first half, Dave, was field position. They never had field position.
And every time they make a positive play, they shoot themselves in the foot. This time, offsides, Glenn Lee. How about that?
Yeah, they overcame 2 holding penalties on that final drive when they finally get 7 points, and Brian Leonard gets in from the 1-yard line. But now, to open up the third quarter, they make a great special teams play and have to do it all over again.
Greg Schiano trying to get him fired up. Darren Rizzi, who sometimes from a distance, if you take a quick look, it's like almost a twin of Schiano, special teams coach. Looking for some better coverage here on this one.
It's always a gray area with that offsides on the kickoff, because you could probably call offsides every time there's a kickoff with those guys taking a 10-yard sprint down the field.
Tell you what, that wind's kicking up, and this is the first time in all the years we've been coming here to Rutgers, wind blowing into the booth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit easier in the truck, Dave, when you're down there and our compadres doing this game, don't you think?
And what time's that next pizza delivery?
I know, pepperoni or plain.
Here's Lewis running up to get it 15-yard line, 25-30. Finds a hole, and that's a good return to the 34-yard line. So nothing like getting the extra 15 yards thanks to the Rutgers penalty.
That's the last thing Rutgers wants to do now with their defense coming on the field, is to help this Mountaineer offense, and they pick up about 15 or 18 yards on that penalty. So Greg Schiano, putting on his defensive coordinator hat, has to figure out a way for his defense to go 3 and out.
Schiano trying to end a 10-game losing streak. Rutgers have lost 10 consecutive games to West Virginia. Last win was right here, 94, 17-12. Ray Lucas, Marco Battaglia were the stars for Rutgers then. Just underway here in the third. And Slate bounces off the first tackle, but there was some help there. They lose 2 yards on the play. Nice job by Val Barnaby to blow it up.
Well, Barnaby, as you said, Dave, the first guy there, bottom left of your screen, just beats the block of Travis Garrett on the play. Good first step, and this Rutgers defense has to show some emotion in this third quarter.
Val Barnaby, a senior from Franklin, New Jersey, coming in with 4 sacks today. Loss of 2, back to the 33, 2nd and 12. Bednarik's going the entire distance, fake the end around, and he's got a wall. Bednarik at the 40, 45, close to the first down. What kind of mark did they get? And Bednarik runs out of bounds at his sideline. And that's going to be that looks like it's going to be a first down. He had to get past the 45, and it looks like he's got the mark. It is first down, West Virginia.
When the quarterback position is productive at West Virginia, you really can't lock in on what Rich Rodriguez wants to do offensively. He's going left, he's going right, he's faking the draw, he's throwing a screen. He'll go downfield to Brandon Miles. So it all predicated on the play of the quarterback, in my opinion, on how well this offense goes. And naturally, it's offensive line, but number 11 is the key.
They went predominantly running to their left. Here's a toss play. Slayton going right this time. And run down from behind, but a good gain. And Ryan Neal runs him down from the backside, but by the time Ryan got there, that was a gain of about 6 yards.
6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
The ball in Rutgers territory. West Virginia in the first half started at its own 37-39 to Rutgers 28, its own 7 and its own 20. Slayton, 15 carries, 78 yards. Slayton gets the carry. No, that's Gwaltney. First time we've seen Jason Gwaltney. He's from North Babylon, New York. Second carry for Gwaltney. Brought down by Rivas. There's Gwaltney, about an hour or 2 from here, maybe 2 hours.
It is 3rd down.
And Gwaltney, 2 carries for 9 yards. And Rutgers seeing a lot of action here on defense. At last, that's what they average, 84 plays a game.
Yeah, it's way too many. That's about 20 too many for that Rutgers defense. And they did a good job in the first half of getting off the field, but they weren't able to stop the big plays by this West Virginia offense.
West Virginia had an 11-play, 93-yard drive for one of its scores, and this one breaks big. Here's Gwaltney. Gwaltney inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Nice block on the outside by Darryl Jallow. Ron Geralt had to make the stop.
Well, right on cue, we were talking about big plays. Gwaltney gets a big play again going to the left side. They do a great job. What a good block by the fullback, Owen Schmidt. Just a stalemate on the line at the linebacker position. He creates a huge hole for Gwaltney off that left side. Let's credit Garrett and Stanchek again on that left side, just creating huge holes for these running backs to go through.
Rayshawn Bolden, top of your screen here. Keep it on the ground, give it to Schmidt. Second effort, got him an extra yard. Ryan Neal, Courtney Green make the stop for Rutgers. Schmidt up with about 3. Down to the 23-yard line.
Well, you like that call because Owen Schmidt just provided a terrific block for Jason Gwaltney to waltz through, so you reward him with a carry on the next play.
That was a devastating block as Schmidt leaves and Gwaltney returns. 3 minutes in here, third quarter, 21-7 West Virginia. Block punt and recovered by Thandy Smith. Slayton an 11-yard run. Bednarik to Miles for 24 yards. And Leonard a 1-yard run for Rutgers, accounting for the scores. Play clock at 2. They get rid of it. Bednarik stays alive. How does he do that? And he's going to lose about 2 yards on a play. Cameron Stevenson, number 95, brings him down. There's a look at Cameron. He's out of L.A. Harbor Community College by way of Hawthorne, California.
That was a good effort by Adam Bednarik. The timing of this play was botched from the beginning. He gets Ryan Neal up on his feet, but the play never formulated into anything, so he did a good job of just protecting the football and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to bring Slayton out, keep Gwaltney in. West Virginia 4 of 6 on 3rd down. Play clock. There's your 3rd down number. 4 of 6. We'll take that in. Blitz coming. Bednarik. And he's run out of bounds. Nice coverage downfield by Rutgers. He's pressured by Jamal Westerman.
Rutgers really needed a stop on that third down, and again, Adam Bednarik trying to push the ball downfield probably made the wisest decision of the afternoon of not forcing anything because they are in field goal range. They just want to come away with an opportunity to score here.
Bring on Pat McAfee's hit from 34 yards. Made one last week from 21. This is no good, beg your pardon. It was no good from 34. Read the wrong column here. This one's going to be from 35, so a 45-yard attempt. That 34-yarder he pushed to the right. High snap. McAfee gets into it. A lot of leg. And it's good. 45 yards on the field goal. That's a career best for the freshman, Pat McAfee. 24-7 West Virginia. (24-7) Mountaineers after the Pat McAfee 45-yard field goal. 10:46 to go here in the third. Join us again next Saturday, noon Eastern time. Ryan Hart and these Rutgers Scarlet Knights are going to travel up to the Carrier Dome to take on Damian Rhodes and the Syracuse Orange. Big East football action next Saturday at noon Eastern only from ESPN+. And Syracuse these days struggling mightily. Here's Underwood with the kickoff return. Got a little bit of a hole and then taken down about the 27-yard line. Had a good head of steam and some work to do by the Rutgers ball club. And a penalty flag back upfield. Might be an offsides on West Virginia. 24-7. Pat McAfee with the field goal from 45 yards. It missed earlier from 34. West Virginia
on the kicking team. West Virginia, number 40. 5-yard penalty being forced from the end of the run. First down.
West Virginia scored on 3 of its last 4 possessions as Ryan Hart returns to the game. Got lifted in the first quarter. They were down quickly. They were down 14-0 with 55 seconds to go in the first. Here's what Hart's done. Doesn't have a big throwing arm. He's a timing passer, a rhythmic passer, sort of reminiscent of Chad Pennington when he was healthy with the New York Jets. Here's Hart on a roll looking for somebody, and through the hands of Tucker. He's probably going to have been out of bounds anyway had he caught it. So the wideouts with just 2 catches today.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I was just watching Sean Tucker try to come in and out of that route, and it's a tough day to throw the football. I granted that, but it's also a tough day to get in and out of your routes and stay on your feet. So that may, that coupled in with a tough day with the wind and wetness throwing the football, is a tough decision for Craig Versteeg to try to call plays and get the ball downfield.
Second time Rutgers has had pretty decent field position in the 30s. This is at 34. They started from the 35. Leonard with room. Fights his way across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Picks up 6. Jay Henry brings him down, the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 42.
Boy, nice block by Ismail Medley, the fullback. Brian Leonard running behind him. Both really listed as fullbacks in there, but Brian going to the tailback spot. It's good surge off the right side. And a nice block in there by Medley.
Medley, a reliable team player, says Craig Versteeg. There's a thumper in there, and you can throw it to him, and he'll block for you. 13 catches, 13 runs, 46 yards for Brian Leonard to this point. 3rd and short. And Underwood stretches. That last stretch may have gotten him the first down. Let's see what kind of spot he gets. Had to get it to the 44-yard line, and it appears he may have gotten it.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dave. That last surge by Underwood moves the chains for the Scarlet Knights.
Indeed it does. So Lorello with the tackle. What's that mean when you have the head coach is doubling now as the D coordinator? He is given pretty much carte blanche. I mean, he's going to just oversee the calls, but
I think so. Yeah, it's
Craig's going to make most of the calls.
Craig's show, and if it's his show right now, I think you might want to go play action and try to get the football down the field.
6 carries, 33 yards for Underwood. Ray Rice in the game. That's Leonard in motion. Here's the play. Throw, and they throw it down to check down guy. Wow, good hit. Boo McLeod unloads on Ray Rice. Gain of 5 as they had to check it down. Boy, that was a good eliminator tackle there, huh?
Yeah, we talked about this at the open. This West Virginia defense will strike you, and they're not afraid to rally to the football. Great job by Ryan Hart of checking out. He wanted to go downfield, but he sees this big open space here, and he just dumps it down to his tailback, the freshman Ray Rice, but great reaction out of Boo McLeod.
2nd down and 5. Rutgers at its own 49, down by 17. Play fake, throw it short, and Leonard was covered by McLeod. The blitz by Lorella. So that was a good throwaway that time by Ryan Hart.
Mike Lorello, a great blitzer from the edge, and this defense uses him in that situation to get off the edge and get into that offensive backfield. He's got great speed and great anticipation of getting that snap count timed up perfectly so he can get into that offensive backfield. Rutgers has to do something on 3rd down. Only 4 of 9 today.
Hart 3 of 8 passing. Not a great number today. 8:45 to go in the 3rd. Rutgers needs some scores. Wind going from left to right. Here's the blitz coming. Hart fires. Got a man there. Underwood stays on his feet. Maybe a face mask. There it is, coming in late. We saw it. And that was on D. McCann. That's going to be a 1st down to the 36-yard line and tackle on another 15. They pick up 15 on that play.
Now that was a good throw by Ryan Hart. He sat in the pocket very patiently. Good blitz pickup by the offensive line and Brian Leonard, and a good strike on the outside to Underwood. There's a face mask clearly by D. McCann. That's a 15-yarder, but a good route by Underwood. He's predominantly been used at that quarterback spot. Now he gets in and out of that route the way you would like. There's the violent face mask on the outside that'll tackle on 15.
Well, remember last year here at Rutgers Stadium, West Virginia had some big separation. I believe they were up 17 in that game. And Rutgers came back to make it a heck of a game, 35-30 the final. 1st and 10. Ball's at the 31-yard line. West Virginia has a score on the board already here in the 3rd. McAfee, 45-yard field goal. Deep drop. Hart looking, throws short, and he's got Tucker. Tucker on the far side, going to pick up 9. Sean Tucker, the 6'2 redshirt junior from Parkland, Florida. So now some confidence being shown here by the Rutgers offense. D. McCann makes the tackle.
Good job by Tucker coming across the field, just patient, trying to let all the traffic get away from him, and he finds an open spot near the Rutgers sidelines, lowers his shoulder and gets close to the 1st down, but a great job by the offensive line on back-to-back plays to give Ryan Hart some time to throw the football.
3rd catch by the wideouts today. 3rd catch, and now they give it to Leonard. He breaks left side at the 20, caught from behind. He thought he was gone, and it was Eric Wicks who made the tackle. Eric got caught up in some traffic there, but he recovered nicely. But it's still good enough for a 1st down for Rutgers. This drive started back at the 34-yard line.
A nice drive after West Virginia gets that field goal. The Rutgers offense trying to answer, and Leonard, and it's a good mix. They get the wide receivers involved. They get Underwood, who was playing quarterback at wideout, involved, and they go to Mr. Reliable, Brian Leonard. You know, down in this situation, Dave, you always want to look for Clark Harris, maybe fake it to Leonard and look for that tight end.
Leonard's playing tailback here. Both the teams 1-0 in Big East play. Tied for 1st with Connecticut. Leonard trying to get outside. Runs over through one defender and picks up positive yardage, 5+. Nicely done running to the left side. Very impressive drive here by Rutgers, a ball club that is 3-1 and 1-0 in the Big East. Good seal on the far side. Pedro Sosa, number 77, doing a good job.
Yeah, good power running too. I think Brian Leonard saw the competition on the edge and said, I think I can beat a 5'10", 190-pound cornerback. So he lowered his shoulder and got an extra 2 or 3 yards on the edge.
Just shy of 4 yards per carry. He's got a touchdown. He only scored a 1-yard run back at the 106 mark in the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 5 from the 12. Medley, the motion man, give it to Leonard. Cuts inside, might have cut it in too soon. Cut it in too soon. Medley on the edge is going, where were you, big fella? Look at 34 on the edge. He's waving his arm saying, where were you? Craig Wilson, 66, makes the tackle, but Medley got out cleanly on the edge, and Leonard cut it up inside.
And you're right, they're talking about it. They're saying, hey, follow me, buddy. I'm trying to lead you to daylight. And it looked like they had the edge.
Oh, look at that.
Johnson, all he had to do was take it to the outside. He goes inside, and he ran right into Craig Wilson. You know, Craig Wilson's the guy that started the season at nose tackle, and Bill Karlovich, the defensive line coach, moved him to that defensive end spot, and he's been playing well ever since.
5 for 10. Hart 37 yards passing. Rutgers 5 of 10 on third down. Big one here. 3rd and 6. West Virginia 13. Hart steps up and opens at the 10. He dives. It looks like he's going to be close to a first down. Ryan Hart showing some senior leadership there. It's a great effort. First down, Rutgers. First and goal at the 7.
Great effort by Ryan Hart. Sometimes you need to make a play by tucking the football and running it. And that time, man coverage underneath and nobody in the middle of the field for West Virginia. Everybody running sideways. The middle opens up, and Ryan Hart right here with that surge about from the 15-yard line stretches, or from the 10, stretches it down inside the 10. 1st and 10, the Scarlet Knights.
Lost his mouthpiece as well. Leonard in there, their money guy. 1st and goal at the 7. Give it to Leonard. Leonard runs over Mark Magro to get it inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
Leonard, the ball
Is this your play fake to Leonard throw it to Harris right here?
I think so. I mean, it's all set up for it. You want maybe work the short side of the field because Leonard's been so productive running that way.
Well, Harris just left. They brought in Willie Foster and Tyquan Underwood. Clock at 5:48 and counting. 24-7. West Virginia over Rutgers. Second Big East game for both teams. And here's Hart flanking wide left. Underwood will be the quarterback. 13th play of this drive. This drive started back on the Rutgers 34. Give it to Underwood. Underwood looking. Oh, he almost got in. Oh, they denied him at the 1-yard line and yo-yoed him back. He was just about to go in, and they said, nah.
Yeah,
Jamal Adai.
Jamal Adai and Mike Lorello said, I don't think so. You're close, but you're not going in that easily on us. Great reaction by Adai and Lorello. Those two guys are the playmakers in that secondary for West Virginia. They're going to have to make another stop on 3rd down.
3rd down and goal. Medley, the thumper fullback, a motion Sam Johnson. Give it to Leonard. No signal yet. 4th down coming up. He didn't make it. He folded in behind John Glass. They don't get in.
Well, you got to go for it.
I agree.
Leonard off the left side, trying to get a surge, but West Virginia does a great job. Kevin Boone McLeod, great job of penetrating that offensive line for Rutgers. He's the first guy in a white jersey that showed up, and Greg Schiano will go for it on 4th down. I think he's talking to somebody that's not in the building right now.
4:12 to go. 4th and goal. The motion man is Harris. Hart gives to Leonard. Follow the big boys. He's in. Touchdown, Rutgers. Brian Leonard with his 2nd touchdown run from inside a yard today. To make it 24-13.
Well, a couple of plays ago, Dave, Ismail Medley was talking to Brian Leonard, said, hey, big guy, follow me. Just trust me. And he does a great job of putting a block on Jamal Adai at the goal line, and Leonard follows him into the end zone.
Ooh, he knocked Adai all the way back 2 yards, and so did John Glass, number 76. Great surge up front. Jamal Adai is down. Some issues with one of his legs. One of the real fun youngsters to interview in the Big East Conference.
Well, a great surge by this Rutgers offensive line off the left side, but
look at big John Glass. You see John Glass?
Yeah.
76.
He was taking no prisoners.
Linemen live for that stuff. When you can peel and you can pull out and just get a full piece of somebody and just drive them back.
And that's a tough guy on the sidelines right there wearing 23. Brian Leonard's done all the grunt work today for this Rutgers offense. When they needed to move the chains or needed a big play, they've called his number on many occasions.
That's a long drive. 6:39 on that drive. Here's Ito for the point after. The judge has been perfect all. Snap placement, kick is up, and it's good. Folks, we may have a pretty good ball game brewing here with 4 minutes to go in the third. It's 24-14 West Virginia. Standing defenders in the Big East Conference, and they do need him. That was an impressive drive by Rutgers. 15 plays, 66 yards in 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Leonard punching it in from a yard out, his second one-yard run today. And Leonard ran it 7 times for 22 yards in that drive. 4 minutes exactly remaining here in the third. Here's Cortez to kick off. 5-10, 15-20. 30-35. That's an outstanding return. And that's Darius Renaud. Nicely done. 3:51 to go. Great starting position for the Mountaineers. They'll be at their own 36. Make that their own 40 when we come back.
First down.
Damp weather has not dampened the enthusiasm here at Rutgers. 24-14 Mountaineers. Let's take a look at today's All-State Good Hands play, and it comes from the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. How about Willie Foster?
Yeah, it goes up in traffic. There's about 5 white jerseys right in the middle there, and he comes up with the catch, totally disregards the hit he's going to take, and goes up and gets the football. That's an All-State Good Hands play of the day.
In West Virginia, got to protect against a turnover right here, and stuck for about a yard loss is Steve Slayton. Play made by Will Gilkison, number 38, with help from Ryan Neal.
Well, Greg Schiano has to come up with something defensively to slow down and get the football back to his offense. And Ramal Meekins or Ryan Neal, somebody has to pressure the quarterback in this running attack and get the football back. They need a turnover on this set of downs.
3:20 to go, third quarter. 24-14. West Virginia over Rutgers. Here's Bednarik, 7 of 8 passing. Add another one to the book. Running cross field is Miles, and he didn't go north-south. He picked up a whole bunch of yardage going east-west. First down's what it's all about now.
Yeah, keeping possession and moving the chains, and that's what Brandon Miles did not take into account that time. He made a nice catch in a soft zone, but all he had to do was turn around and go up the football field. He's there. He's got to go this way. He's got a cushion of about 5 yards on Devon Thompson, but he goes east-west, and he doesn't really get close enough for a first down. Now this crowd's into the game.
Looks like all he needed was a bunt. He tried to hit a double. 4 for 7 on third down for the Mountaineers. Big play here. Bednarik to throw. Get it in the flat. Denied. Taken down. That's a loss. Roger Alt coming up large for Rutgers. And the Scarlet Knights are going to get the ball right back. Owen Schmidt never had a chance to turn it upfield.
May have been a flag on the play.
It's on the far side. I see it.
On Rutgers, they're first.
You got to be
Fourth
kidding.
down.
Oh, it's just the bench warning. Just the bench warning. So Greg Schiano, again, he wants everybody to get fired up, get a quick change, get that punt return team on the field quickly. West Virginia's ready to go. Brady, first punt, 42 yards. He'll need to crush one here.
Well, he's got the wind at his back.
Bill Brady averaging 40.5 yards per punt. Gets it up in the air, backs up Underwood inside the 10. He's taken down there. That is a wonderful punt. Should have let it go. And that's what Justice Hairston is telling Underwood. You're in the big time, fella. You're not going to make those kinds of plays. A 52-yard punt. And boy, did West Virginia need that. Dandy Smith with the coverage.
I'm not sure why teams, and you see this repeatedly week after week, when your foot hits the 9-yard line, if you're a returner, get out of the way and let the ball bounce. And now if they get the ball inside the 10-yard line, you did your job. But don't field the football, and that's exactly on the sidelines what's happening. And
I think Hairston's
being
getting
relayed.
Because Hairston probably should have told him, get away, get away. And Hairston's the upperclassman. That's a killer. Now you got 94 yards to go. Darren Rizzi, special teams coach.
Not happy.
Does not have his birthday face look on it right now. And now Leonard, nice job. Staying on his feet, good balance. Picks up about 8. Sure would have liked that run in a better field position. Antonio Lewis makes the stop for West Virginia.
Well, we're going to see what type of team Rutgers has right now.
That's right.
You're a team that's in the Big East, and you're trying to take that next step. You're in a football game now. You're down 10. You've got inside of 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, deep in your own end. Can they get a couple first downs and start getting this momentum back that they had last series?
Foster and Tucker, top of your screen. Second down and short. And Leonard close to a first down. Kevin McLeod, who makes the stop, number 43. It was good enough for a first down. So 1:23 to go. Rutgers down 21-0, 21-7. Cut it to 24-14 here in the third. You know, with the league the way it is this year, the league, let's be frank. First down on the 14. Let's face it, the league's down a touch here. Rutgers has an opportunity today and next week, conceivably, to go 3-0. Here's the blitz. They pick it up. Hart deep drop. Got a lot of time. Throws behind and caught Medley. Here's a gain of about 9. Late flag coming in. What do we have?
Lineman.
Probably somebody downfield, right?
Could be a lineman downfield, Dave.
Ineligible receivers.
Good call, John.
Downfield. Rutgers, number 76. 5-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Replay first down.
John Glass has been doing a great job pulling when Rutgers has been running right. Good drive blocker as well. And that time called for the infraction. The senior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Transferred in from University of New Haven, a very successful Division I AA program.
Ryan Hart did an excellent job of buying some time, but watch Mike Lorello in the slot defensively and then watch outside of the cornerback. There's nowhere to throw the football. Ryan Hart tucks the football in. He almost got baited into throwing the out, but there's a 2-man route to the outside. Nowhere to throw the football. So the timing, the offensive linemen think the ball is gone. So they're downfield.
Medley did a heck of a job. He got knocked down coming out of the backfield and got up. 7 penalties, 45 yards for Rutgers. Leonard stays on his feet about the 19-yard line. Clock running down. That'll probably be the last play of the third quarter. Kevin McLeod has had a terrific day. Boo's got to be in double figures of tackles today. And they're going to let it run down. 24-14. West Virginia puts up a 3 spot. A 7 for Rutgers in the third. We head to the fourth quarter. And what does Rutgers have? Are they for real? How about the Mountaineers? Yo, young man, we do have a football game here, sir. And not a bad one at all. Waltney, part of the big running game. 10 points. The deficit for Rutgers as we begin the fourth. You can join us, everybody. Big East football. Dave Sims, John Congemi, and our Big East crew. Rutgers. What does Rutgers have here? Down 10. Get it to Leonard. Lorello. What else is new? He makes a big play. Mike Lorello has been making big plays from day one. And I watched the opener at Syracuse, and he was lighting people up then. He continues. Here we are, week 5. Good player.
What makes him so good, he can rush the passer, he can play coverage, but he makes great open field tackles. He's reliable, and he's one of those guys that are a leader in that secondary along with Jamal Adai. They make plays, and they make the big plays, but they make the everyday play as well.
Third down and 3 at the 23. Rutgers 6 of 12 today. Underwood in at quarterback as the rain picks up. Underwood's going to run it. Got stood up. He had to get across to the 26. What kind of mark? He is short. I'm watching a linesman.
And you got to punt the football back if you're Rutgers here, because I think that's a good yard.
No question.
And with the field position and the way the score is, they've got a bunch of wind behind them. They got to play field position and count on that defense coming up big again.
And Rutgers started today +4 in the turnover margin. They turned it over once when Rice fumbled early.
I think they're getting a very generous measurement here, because it's really a yard and a half short, it looked like, by the naked eye.
There it is. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Beecher's still working, kid.
Fourth down and 1.
I don't know why people are booing.
No, I
mean,
don't either.
fans, hello, think about this
They're
for
in
a
this
second.
football
I
game.
mean, come on, you got a game here.
Lewis is deep.
Well, the thing you got to worry about here is they've had one blocked already.
Right.
The weather's gotten bad, so you need a good snap. Just try to get this one off if you're Rutgers.
Radigan's averaging 34.5, and the 2 punts he's been able to get off. He had the one block. 24-14. Mountaineers. But not a great kick. Let's see what kind of bounce it gets. 25-yard line. Good, decent bounce. That'll work. Marcus Daniels down it. Big difference. You could hear the communication with the special teams. Hey, get away, don't touch it. That punt covering 51 yards. West Virginia needs to mount a drive here. Point lead for the Mountaineers here in Piscataway, New Jersey. And time now for a Guinness game summary. Total yards, look at that. Rutgers with an edge. Turnovers against Rutgers. Steve Slayton, outstanding today. And Brian Leonard coming on strong here. He's got both scores for Rutgers. And Rutgers has had the ball for 10 minutes more than West Virginia. But the Mountaineers have a 10-point lead. Pat White, his first appearance. Wow, coming at the 13:26 mark in the third. The lefty freshman, redshirt freshman from Alabama, stacked up. Loss of about 3. Ron Geralt was there. I'm surprised we're not seeing a lot of guys ripping at the ball.
Yeah, at this point of the game, especially with the conditions, the way it is, the rain and the wind, you think you would have had a couple more turnovers. With Pat White in the football game, trying to go just a quarterback sweep to the left side. And a good job, good pursuit by Ryan Neal, and good play at the point of attack.
Yeah, Geralt beat the fullback.
Geralt did a great job coming from that secondary.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Ball at the West Virginia 21, going into the wind here. Pat White. And here's Slate. Turns the corner. And luckily for Rutgers, he ran out of room, because had he been able to fully square, he might have been gone. Roberson's there. That's a first down for West Virginia out to the 37-yard line.
Well, Coach Rodriguez wasn't kidding when he said that Steve Slayton's got an extra gear and he can get to the outside. And he just shows you just a pure sprint to the outside. He's gearing down. Now he turns on the jets
Good
right
block.
when he sees the open field. But good blocking out in front, as you said, Dave. Owen Schmidt and company out in front, providing him running room.
16 yards on the game. 10-point West Virginia lead. West Virginia led 21-7 at the half. All about the ground game now is Slayton. Gets hit by Gilkison with help from Courtney Green.
Last year when these two teams met, it was a victory by West Virginia 35-30, but turnovers was a big job, and that's what they need to have right now, is if you're on Rutgers' side of the ball, is a turnover. And Coach Rich Rodriguez trying to get organized on offense, but a great job up front, great seal by the offensive tackle, man. Just a terrific block.
Dan Moses, the center, did a heck of a job. Garrett Justice, 69, to tackle.
Yeah.
Good blocking. Slayton, 18 carries, 94 yards. Pat White. Beckford stayed at home, made the play. Well done. No gain.
We've seen William Beckford run himself out of plays. This time he stays at home and has help on the inside with Brian Neal, but that's just a good physical football play and a nice tackle by the linebacker, the junior out of Belle Glade, Florida.
Time running short on Rutgers, down 10. Still very much in this game. 3rd and 10 at the 37. White to throw with time. Deep ball, man there. Incomplete. It got into Brandon Miles. Joe Porter covering down there with Geralt. Late help. Not a bad throw.
No, that's a good throw by Pat White, coming in cold off the bench, trying to get isolated on the outside. That was a matchup they took advantage of earlier in the game. A great throw to the inside. He threads the needle.
Oh, he's got to catch that.
To the body of Brandon Miles, and with this wind and the way the rain's coming down, yeah, you'd like to say that's an easy catch, but with the conditions as it is, it's a tough catch to make.
51 yards on the last punt by Brady. His rolling punt gets into, he crushed that. Foster at about the 16. Foster with room. Thought he was going to go right. He chose to take on 2 attackers there, but he got it to the 30-yard line. So a 48-yard punt, a 15-yard return. We'll take a break. 11:17 to go. Rutgers with a chance to narrow the gap to trail by 10.
Come on now, let's finish it off, West Virginia. This is your game, boys.
Hey, you can't
Let's
do a
it now.
Mountaineer game without having Mr. Mountaineer on hand here.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go,
He's pretty
Mountaineers.
pumped.
Let's
Up
go
by
now.
10
Let's
with
go
the
now. Play
ball.
hard out
11-17 to actually with on defense. 11-17 to go. Leonard in motion. Hart's taking a deep drop, throwing down the middle. Ball got away from him. Hello! Made the catch. Sean Tucker. Jamal Day lights up Tucker, but he holds on. Big play there. A gain of 16 yards. They get it out to the 47-yard line.
Well, a pair of fours meet at the 47-yard line, and Sean Tucker goes up and gets the football. Watch the collision here. Jamal Adai doesn't even look at the football. He's trying to time up that hit and cause a collision. Great job by Tucker. Wow, that'll make Tucker's eyes and somebody in the stands go crazy. Yeah, get it out of my head. I don't like it.
Leonard taken down for a loss. Who else? That man, Boone McClee.
Leonard, the ball carrier. Stopped by McLean.
Clock running at 10:38.
Ball's on the play, second down and 13.
A couple of yards lost on that play. Tucker back in the game. Trez Moses is back in. They take Harris out. Well, Sam Johnson's your tight end for Rutgers. 21,717 on hand here in this warm, rainy day in Piscataway. Rutgers from its own 44. West Virginia rushes 3. Swing pass, get it to Leonard in the flat. Fine tackle out there. Outstanding play. Boone McClee again.
Dave, that's a great job by Jeff Castile, the linebackers and defensive coordinators for West Virginia. He only rushed 3 players and drops everybody into coverage, and it forces Ryan Hart to just dump it out to Brian Leonard and really had nowhere to go with the football once he catches it.
Well, they're taking Leonard out, so they got all their speed guys in. Foster, Marcus Fason's in the backfield. Willie Foster, Moses, Harris is in the slot. Hart's left. 6 of 13 the conversion rate this afternoon by Rutgers. Low snap. Blitz coming. Hart flush. Throws downfield in the vicinity of Willie Foster. Late flag coming in. Ridwan Malik was covering for West Virginia. There is Ridwan, sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina. Ooh, and it goes against Sean Tucker. Ridwan was pleading a case, and he sold it nicely. Make that Willie Foster. Penalty flag's going to be on him.
Interference on the offense. Number 84. Penalties decline. 4th down.
It looked like Willie Foster was downfield. Once Ryan Hart broke contain, he started into his blocking mode. It looked like all he does, he never looks back for the football. He just starts the collision downfield with Malik, and that's a penalty, easy penalty call for the official.
Here's Radigan to punt. Radigan 4 punts, averaging just 30 yards a pop. Had 1 block. Returnable, 14-yard line. Staying on his feet. They don't give him a knee there. That's Lewis. And Lewis, we saw him take one back for a touchdown. Greg Schiano out on the field. He can't believe the knee was down, was not called. And progress to the 21-yard line. So that punt covering 40 yards. Greg Schiano and company upset by that play there. But right now, more importantly, they need a stop. Down 10, 9-12 to go in the 4th. On a punt, little block in the back, get teed up a little bit, and then watch the knee right here.
Yeah, it's definitely down. You can
right,
see
bang, right there. Yep. Plays under review.
And that's why Greg Schiano was so upset as we went to break that he lost about 8 to 10 yards on that return. And right now, with 9-12 left to go in the game, down 10 points,
every yard counts.
Fighting for everything you can get. There's a good shot of it there. He gets a good shot of it from our end zone camera. You can see the water and the rubber of on the field underneath that turf come up.
Rutgers riding a 3-game win streak, trying to end a 10-game losing streak to West Virginia.
Well, this is the time this defense and this defensive coordinator, as Greg Schiano wearing that hat for this season, has to come up big. They've played well defensively in this second half. They've done a nice job of running to the football. But this play is definitely going to come back and have a different spot than it is right now.
14-yard line should be the spot. West Virginia got on the board. Thandy Smith blocked the punt, recovered it for 6. Slayton, an 11-yard run. Rice fumbled, set that up. 14-0 West Virginia in the first. In the second quarter, Bednarik to Miles, 24 yards. Made it 21-zip. Rutgers finally got on the board late in the second quarter. Leonard, a 1-yard run, 21-7. Third quarter, West Virginia got a 45-yard field goal from McAfee, make it 24-7, and then Leonard another 1-yard run, 24-14, and that's where we are with 9:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. The referee today checking out and getting the information from upstairs is Gerard McGinn. Replay communicator is Tom Thamer, and replay official is Buddy Ward.
And Dave, you would kind of think this is clear cut. I mean, it was bang, bang. His knee went down to Traube, just trying to get in the correct spot. Yeah.
His knee was down. There's no question about that.
At the review, the player's knee was down at the 14-yard line. The ball be placed in the middle of the field. 9:14 on the clock.
They pick up 2 seconds.
9:16 on the
4 seconds. Pick up 4 seconds on the clock. And you take it back. Here's the reviewable plays, and Big East one of many conferences that use it. Runner ruled not down, forward progress, touching of a kick, number of players on the field, clock adjustments, and fourth down try, pump plays. I like the rule.
I do too. I think it gets it right, and you get to do it without the pressure of the game and the speed of the game, and it gets things back to where it should be. So it'll be Mountaineers ball on the 14.
Greg Schiano was pleading a hard case over there. He wins it. Now let's see what West Virginia can do offensively. Pat White, his second series, in at quarterback. And they're going to run the reverse. This time they do run it to the 15-yard line. Will Gilkison takes down Darius Renaud, the sophomore from Tay, Louisiana. Gilkison getting up slowly.
And nothing against Pat White, but I think this is one of those games that Adam Bednarik had a good feel for what he was doing out there. And I'm not so sure if I'm the West Virginia offensive staff and Rich Rodriguez that I would have inserted Pat White into the football game. And he's not doing anything. And as you say, Dave, Gilkison tough to get up, and he's going to get some assistance on the field. But I'm not sure, it's not Pat White's fault. It's just that Bednarik had a great rhythm of this game.
I think you make a very good point. But they're committed to playing 2 quarterbacks. 8:50 to go here in the fourth. So Gilkison is able to get off under his own power. Sets up a second down play for West Virginia. One of the captains on the ball club. Union Beach, New Jersey, along that Long Branch area. Here come the Mountaineers. Second down and 9. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Mountaineers lead by 10. Pat White to Slayton. Finds room. And they drive him backwards. He's got the first down. I believe he's got it. Deron Thompson, 55, makes the stop for Rutgers. They had help from Quintero Frierson as well.
Good effort on the outside, and a good job of picking his hole back to the inside. Is Slayton. He's had a great afternoon running the football on the edge and using his speed. That time he showed you some toughness and moving closer to a first down.
I stand corrected. Did not get it. Third and short. 19 for 103 for Slayton from nearby Levittown, Pennsylvania, about an hour south of here. Philadelphia suburb. Gwaltney, first down and a heck of a lot more. Yes, sir. Spins with the second effort across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Ron Giroux finally brings him down. Big gainer by Jason Gwaltney. 6'1", 230 out of North Babylon on Long Island. Gain of 23.
Absolutely nobody touches Jason Gwaltney on the line of scrimmage for the first 15 yards. It was just a ripper on the left side. Good acceleration, and this is a 1-2 punch. You get the freshman Gwaltney, no one touches him. until he gets close to the 45-yard line, and Steve Slayton has been doing damage all afternoon long.
Wonderful athletic play to stay on his feet and buy another 4 or 5 yards. Neal, tackle for a loss on Slayton. And help from Barnaby and Thompson as well.
And this is the time, Dave, for West Virginia to really start milking this clock, because they get the run, the big play by Gwaltney to get them field position. Now, if you're Pat White, even though you don't huddle, you want to snap the football inside of 5 seconds to let every second off of that clock get down, because you reestablish your field position now.
If Pat can get a good look at the play clock, it's on the end zone at the scoreboard. So he's in no rush. He's got 14 on the clock right now.
Yeah, you just want to tell your lineman just to settle down and settle in and just try to snap it a little bit closer to 5 seconds.
Well, that opened up big. Hello. Here's Slayton. Slayton to the 30. Big play to the 22-yard line. Derek Roberson brings him down, and West Virginia reestablishing that dominance on the ground. Great job by Slayton, the offensive line, opening a massive hole, a gain of 34 yards.
That's 2 big runs, Dave, in a row that not a red shirt was in the picture for the first 10 yards. The first one was by Gwaltney. Now Steve Slayton just taking it off the right side. Let's credit this offensive line. They've done an excellent job this afternoon, and Slayton, 21 carries for 133 yards.
Knocking on the door at the 22-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Gwaltney upended by Devron Thompson and Frierson.
In the back area.
Gwaltney carried a big payload at 6'1", 230. Been blowing people up as a blocker as well as running over folks as well. We're going to take a look at our Outback Steakhouse outstanding back of the game, and we'll give it to Steve Slayton. 21 carries, $133 and a touchdown. I think Gwaltney making a late run here.
Yeah, that's right. He at least gets a blooming onion, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would hope. Gwaltney, 5 carries, 56 yards. Slayton looking for some room. Spun around by Val Barnaby and then taken down as he got to the 19-yard line. Clock continues to roll here at 5:25. 10-point West Virginia lead. A couple of teams both 1-0 along with Connecticut atop the Big East here in the early going. It's been a great drive. West Virginia letting it run at the 14-yard line is where they started this drive. And now sitting at the Rutgers 19-yard line. What a surprise. They kept it on the ground. And a good play by Courtney Green. He went right at the ankles of Gwaltney. And Gwaltney. And that's not a reaction you want to see from a running back. Take that, he's grabbing the knee. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, Courtney Green came in with a full head of steam. He's in here, and he's going to come and make the collision right at that right knee. Better angle here. You'll see the cutback by Gwaltney to his left, and then Green just goes right in at the right knee. Man. I got a helmet or a shoulder pad right on that knee.
The guy takes his helmet off. You know it is hurting like the dickens.
Yeah, he knew right away. He let go of the football, and yeah, he's in pain.
Gwaltney came in with 4 catches on the season. Number 3 rusher on the team, and 129 yards and 3 touchdowns. Today's game has been brought to you by Cooper Tires, proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing. Guinness Draft Stout, drink responsibly. Brilliant. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. And by Pontiac, 10 models, each one designed for action. Welcome back, everybody. Jason Gwaltney, the injured West Virginia running back. And hopefully this is nothing serious, although he took one heck of a blow. Courtney Green. Super blue chip recruit out of Long Island. Recruited by everybody. And I'm sure he's got a lot of folks from back home out on Long Island down here at Piscataway. 6'1", 230, a freshman.
That's a big man.
4:42 to go. And West Virginia trying to zip-lock this game away. Up by 10. And they're in the red zone right now. They're looking at a 4th down and 6. Waltney 6 carries, 57 yards. That's what he's done on the season. 24-14. And they start the clock. Play clock's at 12, and White's on the sideline. They're just going to run this clock down and then call a timeout. Good clock management by West Virginia as they let it run down to 1 second and call a timeout.
West Virginia.
So Rich Rodriguez burned about 15, 18 seconds off the clock right there. And they're well within the field goal range of Pat McAfee. McAfee with a miss from 34, make from 45. Glad you could join us, everybody. This is Big East football. We're on the air today from Piscataway, New Jersey, the birthplace of college football. A couple of first-place teams in the Big East, both at 1-0. West Virginia and Rutgers. Along with John Kinjemi, I'm Dave Sims and our Big East crew. Next week we'll be with you from Syracuse. Rutgers traveling to Central New York to meet the Orange, who are struggling mightily.
Salvation Army will be collecting non-perishable food items.
Greg Schiano has to figure out a way with only 4:17 left to go in this football game to try to limit a touchdown and hopefully get West Virginia into a situation where they have a field goal opportunity that'll still keep them down 2 scores as they are now.
Brian Hart, stay warm.
McAfee on to attempt the field goal.
Started the game, gave way to the freshman Teal, and has come back. Here's McAfee. He hit a career best 45-yarder back at the 10:46 mark, 3rd quarter. He's a freshman from Plum, Pennsylvania. This one from the 25, so a 35-yard attempt. Snap put down by George Shell. Well hit, and it's good. So another 3 on the books for Pat McAfee and the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Great drive by West Virginia.
Sure was. Great job. 27-14. The score coming with 4:12 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Well, Rutgers,
5 yards.
Dave, Rutgers going to have to do something they haven't really relied on all day, and that's getting the football on the outside of their wide receivers. With only 4:12 left to go, you need 2 touchdowns. You got to get the football in the hands of playmakers, and you need a big play, someone that can stretch the football field. You know, and Trez Moses has been that guy in the past.
Go here. Go, baby. Go here.
Let's take a look now at our Pontiac game-changing performance. And one guy stands out in particular. A guy named Slayton, number 10. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's been doing it all. Catching the football, running the football, showing his toughness inside the 5, and then showing his patience and speed on the outside there. He's just done it all for West Virginia. Anything they've asked him to do, run inside the tackles, get the edge on the outside. He's been able to make all the runs out of the backfield. Great open field runner, and it can break arm tackles and get the football down in scoring position. Done an excellent job, the freshman out of Levittown, Pennsylvania.
Well, Willie Foster's back deep. And he gets his hands on it at the 5. Foster looking for room. Tries to break it outside. Uh-oh, if he can get to the edge. Oh, he had one more guy to get to. If he had gone to his right a little bit farther, he might have had clear sailing. Taken down by Reed Williams of the West Virginia Mountaineers. On that drive, that last drive, Waltney 3 carries for 27 yards, and Slayton 4 carries for 40 yards. So very productive run game. Give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Garrett, Stanchik, Moses, Sheffy, and Justice.
Boy, what a great job they've done today.
And the fullback, too. Let's not forget.
Yeah, big man.
fella, Owen Schmidt. So now Rutgers down by 13. Time running short at 4 minutes to go. Rain coming down. They do have the wind at their backs. Mike Teal in at quarterback has the better arm. Go downfield and a catch. Moses breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet. Good second and third effort. Picks up 8. Warren Young makes the tackle.
Young on the tackle.
Well, Rutgers is going to take a page out of West Virginia's offensive handbook. They need to get it on the line of scrimmage and call some plays, and that's tough to do when you have a young quarterback. So he's going to have to run this hurry-up offense probably for the first time.
Teal 6 for 10, 92 yards passing this afternoon. West Virginia rushes 4. Teal hangs, throws, and Leonard had slipped down incomplete. Leonard was across the 40 at the 42-yard line, would have caught for a first down.
3rd down and 2.
It looks like Leonard just lost his footing, and Teal still has time with 3:26 to take that throw, because when you get a first down in college football, the clock will stop, but at some point he's going to have to take that throw and move it to the next level and push the envelope down the field.
Rutgers on 3rd down today, 6 out of 14. 2 touchdowns to win this game, and boy, the urgency, I'm not seeing it right now. Teal takes a drop. Downfield, Moses gave up a yard, almost gave up the first down. He does get it at the 42-yard line.
And that is a Rutgers first down.
They've got to get on the line of scrimmage and get a play call. That was a good thought by Trez Moses of not going backwards. At least the clock stopped. Now it's back in play. 3:17 and counting.
Chris Baker in the game, number 5. Along with Tucker. Teal steps up, avoids trouble, gets it to Leonard. Good. Oh, he stays on his feet. Stays on his feet again. He withstood the tackle by Antonio Lewis, more of a body block. But right now they need larger victories than that.
You have to take a shot whether somebody's covered or not. You have to give yourself an opportunity to catch the football downfield. So I would look for Mike Teal to push this one down the field.
Got the wind at his back. Blitz coming. Throws it on an in. Knocked away. Penalty flag. 2 of them. They're going to get the DB for reaching over with that back arm. Smith. Andy Smith. He's the young man that blocked the punt in the first quarter and then recovered it for the first West Virginia touchdown.
And we might get a hold and a pass interference.
Holding on the offense, number 71. Pass interference on the defense, number 8. Penalties offset. Replay second down.
Jeremy Zuda, the left guard for Rutgers, and Smith, the cornerback for West Virginia, called for the infraction. 2:38 to go, 2nd and 6.
I would look for whoever's to the short side of the field, Sean Tucker or Trez Moses, you have to work that boundary, because you'd like to push the ball down the field, but you'd also like to get it out of bounds if you complete it. So it's easier to do that to the short side of the field.
Has not been a good day for the Rutgers wide receivers. Pretty much shut down. 2nd down and 6. Rutgers at its own 47. Lorello and another blitzer coming in and throw it short to Moses. 2 yards short of a first down. They've got to get more than that. 2:30 to go, and West Virginia loving this. If you're going to go short, you can have this all day, my friend.
You need 2 touchdowns to win the game, and now the clock is closer to 2 minutes than 3. So you've got to take a shot on 3rd down. First things first, though, make the first down here.
Here's Teal. Pretty good protection. Throwing up in the air. Ball game right here. There is your ball game. D. McCann with the pick. It goes off the hands of Tucker, and West Virginia's going to win this one. McCann with his 2nd pick of the season.
It looked like, Dave, on that play, Mike Teal never got his feet set to throw that football. He didn't look real comfortable in the pocket and let that ball go high over the middle. And bad things happen when you do that. Today, 3 turnovers for Rutgers that led to what looks like this loss now and this victory by West Virginia. But last year, 4 turnovers caused a loss by 5 points. So turnovers in the last couple of years have really told the tale for the Rutgers team, but watch the feet. They look like they never get set, kind of hopping around in that pocket when Mike wasn't under that much pressure. So he gets a high ball over the middle, and that'll cause problems if you're on offense.
High and behind Tucker, tip drill made easy. All right, Mr. Kinjemi, let's talk a little bit of future action here. We've got next week, West Virginia's got Louisville. We saw Louisville last week against Florida Atlantic. I love Michael Bush. I thought some of the play calling, when you get a hammer like him and they didn't use him, it was like the offensive staff was trying to outthink themselves, out-cute themselves last week. But Louisville, number 23 in West Virginia, that game's going to be at Morgantown. What do you think of that match?
I think it's going to be a great matchup, and I think at home, West Virginia can do more than hold its own against Louisville, because I was impressed with Louisville, but I don't think they're at the hype of what everybody was giving preseason. South Florida really made them pay earlier in the season, and I think this West Virginia team is as tough as they come. I think they're a physical unit offensively. I think they can pressure you defensively. Special teams is pretty good, but I think that they have the ability to do it throwing it and passing it offensively.
Let's look at the West Virginia schedule. South Florida, Connecticut, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh still to come. Join us again next Saturday at noon Eastern Time. Ryan Hart and his Scarlet Knights of Rutgers, they travel to the Carrier Dome, take on Damian Rhodes and the Syracuse Orange. Big East football action next Saturday at noon Eastern, only from ESPN+. Syracuse falling last night to Connecticut. Connecticut 1-0 in the conference, and Syracuse dropping to 0-2 in Big East play. 2:01 to go here in the third. 27-14 West Virginia. Ed Nerick back in at quarterback. And Slate looked like he was going to find a hole there, but then it gets closed up. Chris Dirks, number 93, makes the tackle for Rutgers.
And Greg Schiano uses another timeout there to stop the clock with 1:55 left to go in this game as the rain continues and the wind continues to pick up.
So the Mountaineers are going to have a bounce back. They lost to Virginia Tech at home last week, 34-17. And Rutgers coming off a win last week. They beat Pitt here at Rutgers Stadium, 37-29.
They can take control of this league next week with a victory. Louisville comes in needing a victory desperately to keep their hopes alive of a Big East title in their first year.
West Virginia going to go to 2-0. Rutgers will go to 1-1. Connecticut won last night. Cincinnati's playing Pittsburgh today. Syracuse dropped to 0-2. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. At Syracuse, at Connecticut, home for Navy. South Florida will be back here for that one. They go to Louisville on the 11th, then a week off, and then finish up with Cincinnati.
Yeah, at Connecticut's going to be a tough ball game for Rutgers, and then back-to-back South Florida, and then at Louisville.
Connecticut's fortunate they lost their starting quarterback last night. There's a big hole again, and it's a saving tackle by Gerald. That was Slayton, had lots of running room. Here's one of the stories today for Rutgers. Their wide receivers couldn't get the ball to them. Moses, 4 catches, 33 yards. Tucker, 2 for 24. Foster, 1 for 20. And Underwood, 1 for 15.
Yeah, big hit by Geralt. Open field tackle on a guy that's been slippery all afternoon. Just that left hand on the left shoelace.
Good thing he got him. That was a terrific block on the edge here by the tight end, Josh Bailey. So 4th and 5 coming up. Rain picking up. Coming in from the south. 21,000 and change here at Rutgers Stadium.
Brave fans today.
Yeah, you bet. How about this day by Slayton? 25 for $139.
Wow.
Last week, 11 for 90 on the ground.
Yeah, he had 102 all-purpose yards last week against Virginia Tech, and he follows that up with a huge afternoon today.
What did we learn about Rutgers today?
Well, I think they have a good team. I think Rutgers has a lot of toughness. I just think that consistency against good ball clubs, and it shows up in turnovers. They've always been able to shoot themselves in the foot in a big game or in a big spotlight game where they could take the next step. And I still think they're a team, even though they're a veteran ball club now after Greg Schiano's been here for his 5-year tenure, But, you know, it's a team that needs to make plays in big spots.
Look what happened today. Block punt, touchdown. Leonard fumble, touchdown. Actually, there's a Rice fumble. Teal interception, turned into points. And then an interception set up a West Virginia punt. But here's Brady with the kick, and he's going to pin Rutgers back inside the 15-yard line as Foster caught it out of bounds with 1:43 to go.
That's a weapon.
Sure is. That punt covers 44 yards.
First down and 10 at the 12.
So as we look at the Big East standings, it's going to be interesting to see what South Florida does coming off that resounding win against Louisville a couple of weeks ago. See what they do in this conference.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that team because I know they've got a lot of skilled players and a lot of team speed to South Florida. And they proved it against Louisville, who was picked to run away with this conference.
So Ryan Hart is in at quarterback. 1:43 to go. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Taken down by Keelan Dykes, the sophomore from Youngstown, their strongest player. Most talented guy since Jeff Castile, their D coordinator. Dingle there as well.
Second down and 15.
Nicely done.
And only a 3-man rush that time.
Yeah. They're dropping. It's like the entire state of West Virginia. Hart got nobody to throw to. And he's taken down at the 19-yard line. Clock at 1:05 to go.
And if anything, you're trying to get to out of bounds and get the ball or just throw it away so you stop the clock. You need 2 touchdowns. So not sure Ryan made the best decision there.
49 seconds. Get it to Harris. I believe that's only what the first. How many catches? 2 catches today for Harris. Motion's running high here. This is the game of football. Mike's caught it. It happens. Hart. Oh, what a catch. Nicely done by McCann. His second pick of the day, 3rd of the season. Final exclamation point right there with 31 seconds to go.
Pass intercepted by McCann.
That is an outstanding INT by D. McCann. He's out of Greene County, Mississippi.
Well, you can't fault Ryan Hart for trying to push the football down the field, but a better play by D. McCann. Just that soft zone. Tucker trying to sit in, and the ball just a hair underthrown. And a great concentration interception as you see somebody look like Wicks or a die coming in to deck Sean Tucker if he would have caught the ball.
That was a big-time hit. 4 turnovers, 3 on picks. And how about McCann? Smart play. Hey, game's over. Just take a knee.
Absolutely. We saw that last week from Rutgers.
Right, Leonard did that. And they'll run out the clock here. And that is your ball game, folks. Rutgers cannot stop the clock. And the West Virginia Mountaineers' dominance of Rutgers. They add another one to the belt. 11 consecutive victories over Rutgers. And they're going to run it down. Rich Rodriguez and company coming onto the field. I want to thank our stage manager, Bob Anderson, stats, Rich Freesia, and Brian Robbins, our spotter, Brad Halpern, and our graphic stats. The big boys, the veterans in the truck, John Kettering and Mark Medonic.
West Virginia
27-14. And happy birthday a day late to our producer, Jim Roller.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Thank you for attending today's game. Don't forget to catch the Scarlet Knights in action next Saturday.
So West Virginia goes to 2-0 in the Big East Conference, 5-1 overall. Rutgers drops to 1-1, 3-2. Their 3-game win streak by the wayside.